The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School football from Glycod.
The quest for a championship begins tonight in Shelbyville. Chris Labar along with Rick Reams. It's West Jessamine in Collins. And an opportunity for this Colt football team to turn around a very dismal performance last week.
Yeah, they got to put that game out of their minds. I mean, that's one of those things that I'm not going to say it happens to every team, but it can happen to you. Just getting beat 36-0, and we talked last week it wasn't that close. But you know what the great thing is about tonight, Chris, is it's a whole new season. You're starting off. You win and play next week, or you lose and go home. So you got to totally forget about that game last week.
It was not a good performance. This West Jess team now 4-5, and an opportunity to also turn around a 1-point loss to Collins in this complex 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, you know, it was actually 13 days ago. So, you know, it's one of those things where these teams are familiar with each other. You know, Chris, I got a video that we just watched of there was a missed extra point, 3 minutes left in the game by West, and it sure looked like to us that Collins was offsides on that, but it was no good, and they ended up losing that game 35-34. But, you know, both coaches I talked to said that game was a shootout, and I think that's what we're going to see tonight. Both teams have excellent quarterbacks, and tonight's going to be an exciting game from a beautiful field on a beautiful, albeit chilly night.
This Collins team, much more accomplished. Their history, they've got a state title some 8 years ago, a nice solid record, and a very, very proficient quarterback.
Absolutely. You know, he is the tops in 5A in Kenyon Gooden. 60% passing, 2,272 yards, 21 TDs and 6 interceptions. He also carries the ball, 140 carries for 808 yards. So, you know, you talk about both teams having a quarterback, but that Collins has a very well-established quarterback and has a great receiver to throw to, who's also the top in the league. And West Jessamine has nice receivers also. So these teams seem to mirror each other a whole bunch. So it's going to be exciting tonight to see how the offenses do, but more exciting to see what these defenses can do to stop the other team.
Looking at Gooden's numbers, transfer from Butler High School in Louisville, only been on campus a couple of years, and does it so well with his feet. I think that is what really distinguishes him.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that's what you like to see in a quarterback. That gives you options on what you can do. He's not just going to drop back there and have to throw the ball. He can run the ball if he has to. He can get the ball on the move, get the ball down the field, and that's what you want to see in your quarterback, and that's the type of offense that Collins is going to run tonight.
Gooden, 20 rushing touches on the season. Just a remarkable season. Mark Hutzel, the young man that Rick told you about. So what's at stake? The winner will move on to the playoffs next week. They will meet either Madison Southern or Woodford County next week. That game will be tomorrow night. So the winner advances, the loser, their season a premature ending.
Yeah, and you know, you want to get here, but you sure don't want to go home after the first game. Now, the odds are they're going to be playing Woodford County next week, so you got a big game. But you can't look past this game. And, you know, another interesting thing is both these teams are going for their first playoff wins in a couple years. West hasn't won since 2010, 8 straight losses, and Collins hasn't won since 2017. So both these teams, tonight that streak ends, and you want to be the team that moves on and takes on, if you have to, take on Woodford County. You got to play everyone. And if you want to win this championship, you're going to have to play them all, but you got to play one game at a time, and this is the game tonight that you got to focus on to win.
This is the 2-3 matchup inside District 7 outside of Class 5A. Up next, we will chat with Scott Marsh, the second-year head coach of West Jessamine. His comments on the way from Glycod.com.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective for a successful economic approach? Email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
So, Coach, you had a rough one on Friday night. What are you working on this week to get your team ready for a first-round playoff game?
Well, we're playing an opponent we just played 13 days ago, on game day. So, it's we just got to put that one behind us. And, just kids played hard. We just, too many turnovers. You can't turn it over 4 times in 5 offensive plays and, expect you to give yourself a chance to beat anybody. So, we've just got to put those mistakes behind us and move forward. And we're playing an opponent that we know real well, and they know us real well, and so we've just got to, got to look towards the future and get ready for this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you look at your team and you tell them that game, although it was painful, it doesn't really matter because now the real season starts, and you've got one game to play at a time, and then if you don't get those, you go home. So, what are you looking at this Friday night? What do you expect from Collins?
They're a tremendous offensive team, and like I said, we just played them. When the game rolls around, it will have been, 13 days ago. And, it came down to a missed extra point, inside of a couple minutes there at the end of the game. And we lost by a point. And, both defenses struggle to stop both offenses, or struggled to stop both offenses first time around. It'll probably be a similar type of game this time around, I believe. We're pretty much still the same team that we were 2 weeks ago, and so were they. So, you just got to – I think we punted twice, and they punted twice in the first game. And other than that, it was a track meet, and they got an onside kick, kind of a surprise onside kick on us where we kind of lost our discipline on our kickoff return in the front line there. And so they stole a possession and wind up beating us by a point. So we've just got to – look at those kind of couple possessions that we fizzled out and, try not to, get those penalties or those drops or those things that kind of stall you out, if we can do that, we feel like, we can keep moving the chains.
So Friday night was just a terrible weather night. Do you think that played into the game against you all having a tough time that night, the way you throw the ball?
Oh, I'd be lying if I said no, not at all, but, at the same time, you have to make plays, you have to make plays and Jacob actually threw the ball very well Friday night. He didn't have too much trouble throwing it. It was really us, catching it and maintaining possession. after the catch and things of that nature. So, I mean, like, you can't turn it over. And does the weather factor in that? I'm sure it does, but it didn't factor it for them.
Right. Well, that's,
that's true. That's part of the deal. You have to fight through, whatever's put in your way, you got to fight through it. And one team did a really nice job of it, and the other team, gave the ball away a whole bunch of times. So,
yeah,
I can't use it as an excuse, really.
Exactly. So I guess one last question is, this is kind of an odd short week since you will play on Thursday night. Does that affect how you plan for this game? I mean, both teams have to do it, and I know it is what it is, but what do you do with one less day to work?
Well, I think that, one of the reasons why we agreed to do this, there's an impending official shortage, around the state. And it's not just here. It was like that in Indiana where I came from also. And, that's kind of an epidemic. And, so the state had asked, they sent out a memo, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, asking teams to consider moving their first round games on, to either Thursday or Saturday. And, in order to be able to make sure that all the, if you could get all the games staff with officials. And, so they reached out to us, and since we just played 2 weeks ago, it's not going to be a week that's going to necessitate a ton of preparation, because both teams are so familiar with each other. And so it was one of those games that probably, helps out the state a little bit in terms of alleviating some of that pressure off finding officials, in this matchup, because we don't need a whole lot of preparation for them, and nor do they for us, and so we, it's not going to be a real physical week, obviously. You're going to have to back it off and see those guys that are banged up. Hopefully you can get them ready by Thursday.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Temps in the high 30s. It feels much more brisk than that. Back live in Shelbyville, Chris Labar along with our producer and our birthday boy, DK Goss and Rick Reams. Tinny on a Terry up high shooting video. Rick, hearing Coach Marsh talking about backing off on the prep after a tough loss. Your thoughts there?
I think that's a wise move. You know, you don't want to beat those guys up. They're already beat up enough with the year going on. You had a tough game the other night. And again, you just don't want to go out there and just tear your kids up. You want to give them a chance to recoup and recover from that. And so that's what they're going to do. And that's one of the keys of the game we talked about, is that they have to have amnesia. Chris, you got to forget that game. That game's done. It's over with. There's nothing you can do about that game. Coach Marsh, you heard he said, Jacob Jones passed the ball well. He just didn't have guys catching it or holding on to it. But his feet are the big thing, and we talked about that before the last game, that he's got to get set on his passes, and also he needs to stay in the pocket a little bit longer. But again, he's a kid that can run. In the first, 3 or 4 drives, he was the only offense they really had at West last week.
Teams have really crowded the box and forced West to beat them through the air. And Jones, he does have that ability to run the football well. I think he has to do that well for West to have a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, the game's on his shoulders. He's going to have to make wise decisions throughout the night, and he's going to have to just take this team and carry them as far as they can go. Being a junior, he's got another year, so, you know, he wants to do it tonight, though.
Collins with an ability to exercise their special teams advantage. We will talk more about that when we return to Shelbyville in just a moment on Glycod.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street, with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Back live in Shelbyville, lamenting about this Collins special teams advantage. It paid huge dividends in that first game.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, if you look at it, their kicker is Ryan Coa, 49 for 51 on extra points. I mean, that's something that you just kind of take for granted, that everyone's going to be able to kick extra points. But in the high school game, that's not the way. So not only do they have a prolific scoring offense, they have a kicker that can put the ball between the uprights when you need to, and that's what they need to do tonight, is to keep that going, because we saw what happened, or heard what happened to West Jess last time.
And from a perspective of throwing the football, this Collins offense, we talked about Kenyon Good, but Mark Hutzel on the outside, one of the top receivers in 5A. Matter of fact, number one in receiving yards.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a kid that has 57 catches, 838 yards, 11 touchdowns. I mean, he's the kid, you had these games where you say on defense, let's make someone else beat us, but I'm not sure you can stop him. You're just going to have to try to contain him the best you can.
What are some things that this West Jessamine Colt defense can do? We've seen them a handful of times, and they have struggled tackling the football.
You got to go back to fundamentals. You have to get in, tie the guy up, wait for your men to come. You can't try to take these guys on one-on-one. You've got to keep them in front of you. The thing my basketball coach always taught me that I think is so true is you watch a guy's stomach, he's not going to lie to you, and that's how you make the tackle. Tackle his stomach. That's what you want to do. He can juke all he wants, but his stomach is going to go where his body's going to go. But you know what? That's a lot easier said than done.
Not a lot of depth on this West Chess defense. A lot of older guys, juniors and seniors. You peel off the onion, you get beneath the starters. That's really where trouble seems to arise.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. You just can't have injuries tonight. I mean, it's just one of those things. Your talent pool goes way down. These kids are young. They'll be there, but right now they're not. So you've got to try to keep your kids healthy.
You had a chance to connect with Coach Jerry Lucas, one of the deans here in Class 5A. What did you guys discuss?
Yeah, well, I talked to him first about how this game was a shootout the last time. And he laughed and he said, yeah, I hope it's not tonight. He said, I want my defense to be able to at least stop him. He gave all the credit to Jacob Jones. He said they had 2 different times where they were up 2 touchdowns. And all of a sudden, Jacob Jones just took it on himself to march it down the field and score, and that's exactly what he wanted. I asked him about the fact that they had a short week to come up here. He said they started on Sunday. They were able to do some things and get some things in, but he again said he didn't want to burn his kids out with this short week. I think both coaches are to be commended for taking this, because the other option was to move the game to Saturday, but they decided to play it on Thursday night, and he said he's excited to see how his team can play, but he's also worried about what West Jessamine's going to do.
Well, a handful of teams will play tonight, but the upside is you advance, and then you have tomorrow night to scout, because 90% of the games in the state being played tomorrow.
Well, and then you get an extra day of rest before the next game. So, there's positives, there's negatives, but as Coach Marsh said, these teams are familiar with each other. It's not like they're playing someone for the first time. They're going to come out 13 days later and play, and that's what they're going to do tonight. And I think both coaches are ready to see what team's going to be here, and I think especially for West Jessamine, and I'm going to talk about this all night, can you put last week out of your mind?
Ooh. Jerry Lucas, his 6th 10-win season, should they advance tonight, won the state title back several years ago. He's got a finalist appearance. He is continuing to do good things here in Shelbyville.
Yeah, honestly, I thought Collins was a relatively new high school, and it is, but in the long run, they have been at this, and he's been at this, and just has a really talented program. The kicker is also a transfer, so he's got some kids transferring in from Louisville, which is something that just never happened when I was around in high school. But, he's using all of that to his advantage, putting the best team out there that he can, and like you said, they're having a great year, but they just got to put it together tonight.
Yeah, Kenyon Gooden transferring from Butler, and then the kicker, Ryan Koval from Perennial Power Trinity. And to put a cherry on the Sunday, Jerry Lucas, 2013 state champ over Highlands, and runners-up in 2012. So a group, he's a solid, got a great staff, and very well respected here in Class 5A.
Yeah, and he's been there, done that. That's one thing he can tell his kids. Hey, our teams have done this. I know what this is about. He hasn't jumped around from school to school. He stayed at Collins, built them into the powerhouse that they are, and I know he's excited for the playoffs to start tonight.
Kickoff next from Shelbyville. Be right back on Glycod.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash. Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Collins winners of 3 of 4 in the series as we welcome you back. Kickoff will be returned momentarily by the Collins Titans. Great to have you here. Glycod High School Football. Kentucky playoffs commence this evening. Chris LaBar along with Rick Reams and our producer DK Goss. Quentin Wooten back for Collins, and this is a short kick and bobbled at about the 15-yard line as the Titans will have it up to the 24, and the Colt defense will begin there.
Yeah, it looks like the up back kind of got in the way of the ball, but he turned around and made a nice run to get it back to about the 24-yard line. As you said, that could have been disastrous, but, you know, sometimes you got to get those jitters out of the way.
3 seniors on this Collins O-line, Datillo and Duncan, 2 of them on the left side. Alex Klein is the center, Monte Mormon, the sophomore at right guard, and Cam Patterson, a junior at right tackle. The quarterback, Kenyon Gooden, 6'3", 185-pound junior. We will discuss his achievements throughout this evening. The top receiver, the top passer in Class 5A, and he'll start with an empty set. And Tommy Newton, your referee, drops the flag.
Yeah, he start off the game with a false start, so an auspicious start, but that's what West Jessamine wants. Keep this team behind the chains, make them going for long yardage each time.
There you see a look at the officials on your screen. A great crew, a 7-man crew in the playoffs, 5 in the regular season. 2 more added for postseason play. Spilling out of the backfield is Scott, and we have another flag.
Just same call, you know, just a little bit ahead of themselves right now. Can't get out of their own way, and Coach Lucas can't be pleased with that start.
Inauspicious beginning, so this West Jess defense now perhaps salivating as they defend on first down and 20. Running backs are Scott and Edwards for Collins with Mark Hutzel. 838 receiving yards. Their splendid receiver. He'll be joined out there by Edwards and a cast of others. First down and 20. Gooden in the shotgun, rolling left, facing pressure, and Gooden will lunge forward for a couple up to the 17-yard line. The tackle by Bryce Chestnut.
Yeah, that's a secondary job back there. Great job. Could not find an opening and just had to kind of tuck it and run a little bit for, again, not much of a gain, so second and long. And, you know, you're talking about the quarterbacks. This could be a game between 2 future candidates for Mr. Kentucky football next year.
Yeah, both junior quarterbacks. And it's second down and about 17 officially. Gooden will keep it himself, and he's going to scramble for yardage just shy of the 30-yard line, leaving 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, he had the option there. He kind of pulled it out of the running back's stomach, got a good gain there. And we talked about he's got legs. He can, he can move 140 carries for 808 yards. You have to keep an eye on him because he's not just one-dimensional passer.
This West Jess defense trying to get off the field on 3rd down and medium. Empty set. Trips to the near side as Gooden will glance to the near Collins sideline. Sparse gathering here this evening. Temps in the mid to upper 30s. And Gooden will sling it, and that's going to be a 1st down across the 40-yard line. Down the far sideline, Darius Evans as he's ushered out at the 43.
Boy, that's West Jessamine. That's exactly what they wanted. 3rd and kind of medium to long, but boy, a nice pass, good gain there. Taking the ball, started off behind the chains, but boy, that's a good way to get a big 1st down.
A 26-yard pickup. Darius Evans, his 25th grab of the year. And Collins, 1st down and 10 from the West Jess 42-yard line. Keaton Edwards, the feature back behind Gooden, is Gooden up now in a shotgun. They're parallel with one another, as you can see. Trips to the near side. And Gooden scrambling to that far side, and he's going to pick up a 1st down as he lunges past the marker.
Yeah, there was no option there. He just took off and ran with that ball, and you can see now why he's so valuable to this team. He can do it both. A great job there for a 1st down, get another 1st down, and just move the ball down the field.
Both runs to that right side behind Mormon and Patterson, right guard and right tackle. And Collins now 2 consecutive big chunk plays. They've got it from the Colt 32-yard line, some 2 minutes gone by. Gooden this time will roll left sling across his body, and Collins inside the 4-yard line. Mark Hutzel brings it again, coming across the middle.
There he was. You can watch him all you want, but he's a tough kid to defend. He's a big kid. If you watch him across the middle here on the replay, just a nice quick play there to get it across the middle for a big gainer down to the 5-yard line.
1st down and goal from the 5. As the Titans, after 2 early procedure penalties, have marched all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Gooden rolling left as seam opens, and he's in for 6.
Well, we have one half of the shootout. We'll see what happens next. But, yeah, you said it, Chris. They had 1st and 20 back on about the 10-yard line. Didn't take long at all to march all the way down the field for the touchdown here.
Kenyon Gooden, his 21st rushing touchdown of the year. He's got 27 passing to boot, and Ryan Koval 19 of 21 on extra points, trying to add 1 here in the early phases. Hold is down, and a kick as Collins up an early point. We'll take a quick break, be right back. Collins by 7, Colt football after 30 on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Collins by 7. Here's how they did it.
Just opened right up there and just took it right up the middle. I think West was trying to contain him up the middle, trying to get help up there, but they just couldn't do it, and he kind of waltzed into the end zone pretty easily there.
Mark Hutzel with a big play coming across the middle, as you see here, and Kenyon Gooden finding him. And that's a 90-yard opening drive. Dalton Carter back for West Jess. He'll be opposite Ernest Stanfield as Koval will kick. Great to have you here for high school football. 5A playoffs and a squib variety off the turf and smothered at the 32.
Coach Marsh talked about the fact that Collins had done an onside kick that really surprised him. So I think all this week they've probably been working on that, watching that, and that's one of those plays where he did the wise thing, just fall down on that ball and get really good field position.
Let's see what this West Jess offense can do. 26 point per game average after a shutout loss last week. Lewis Sims anchors the line, left tackle. Placencia left guard. Welch at center. Right side has Guy and Campbell, pair of underclassmen. Quarterback Jacob Jones, 6'1", 185-pound junior. 23 all-purpose touchdowns on the season, and he'll have it first down and 10. He'll sling it to Carter. That's their money man, and Carter breaks a tackle, and he'll take it at a 5-yard gain up to the 37.
Yeah, that's the duo you're going to look at, just like the same thing from Collins. It's just he's comfortable throwing it out there to Carter and just ready for that. And, it's a good gain on first down. Get to second, 3 or 4. Good play for them.
Play ahead of the sticks. Feature running back Bryce Chestnut with Carter, Stanfield, and Maynard. 3 of the primary receiving targets. This Collins defense, a 3-4 with Wilson, Duncan, and Klein up front. Hutzel, Campbell, Scott, and Allen, the linebackers, with Edwards, Wooten, Presley, and Gooden. 4 very good DB. Second down and 3 in the belly of Chestnut, and he'll plow forward, and it's third down and a long one.
Yeah, not much gain there, but you got to kind of keep Collins honest with that. So now you've got a third and short, but still a tough one, and you sure don't want to go 3 and out right start the game after the kind of debacle they had last week.
This Colt offense at times, as of course you know at home, they've struggled to run the ball inside the tackles. Trying to move the sticks, we'll call it third down and 2. 2 receivers each side, and it's a keeper. And Jones trying between the tackles, and there's a first down as Jones all the way up to the 48 and a gain of 7.
We talked again about both these quarterbacks can use their legs, and there you saw Jacob Jones just take the snap, go right up the middle, carried a couple guys with him that time. He's ready to play this game tonight. I know he has to be frustrated after last week. Coach Marsh even said he threw the ball well. They just didn't catch well or hold on to the ball.
Solomon Smith off in this formation. James Hatfield will check in. And a good first down for the West Jessamine Colts, trying to respond after a 90-yard Collins drive to start from the 48. Little trickeration. Chestnut reels it in, and he'll take it for a few yards across the 50 to the Titan 49.
Yeah, they tried to do that direct snap with him kind of in motion there, and a good play. Collins, though, sniffed it out, didn't really fall for it, but got a little bit of yards. And, again, if you're West Jessamine, you just don't want to stay behind the sticks, that's for sure.
Perhaps a little more conservative in the early going. Weather gets cooler and crisper. It's playoff football. It's normally won without the big plays. You've got to have ball control offense. And turnovers a huge, huge key tonight.
And that ball's about twice as hard in this cold weather.
Second down and 7 from the 49. And Jones slings it across, and that ball incomplete as the receiver Stanfield had a step.
Boy, if he caught that, he was gone. But just got his hands in there to kind of get that back. Take a quick look at that play if we can here.
Titans will make a substitution in their nickel package.
There it is. Look at that. He had a wide open field in front of him. Just got to concentrate, make that catch, and go from there. A good play, but now you're third and long here.
Scott Marsh calling the plays for West Jess. That's one he may revisit as this game unfolds. Some 5 minutes in. And Chestnut, 3rd and 7, and a first down to the 40. A gallop of 9.
Yeah, good play there. Chris, one thing we talked about last week that we're seeing again tonight, the snaps are making Jacob Jones move all over the backfield. He's done a good job, but they need to clean that up a little bit. But now Jessamine's going with a lot of speed.
2 first downs on this drive. Colts on the march. Jones to the near side on the keeper, foot in the ground, and there's a crease up for a gain of about 7 or 8 yards.
a nice job there. Just kind of followed his blockers, waited, take the cut up the field and get 7 or 8 yards, as you said. A good drive by West Jessamine. They have to feel good about the way they're playing already tonight.
Isaac Maynard on, so West Jess will go large here on 2nd down and 3. Chestnut with a couple of key runs inside the tackle here in the early phases.
Yeah, this 2nd and 3 gives you ample time to try a big play if you'd like.
Jones, shotgun. There is Chestnut diagnosing and splicing through for a first down up to the 28, and that's 5 more.
Yeah, we talked earlier in the game that West had trouble running the ball up the middle, but boy, right now they're doing a good job of it. Looks like we got a player hurt for Collins right now.
The Collins interior players, that's freshman Caden Campbell that is ailing. We will take a quick break, be right back. West Jess on the march, 1st and 10 on the other side of this break from Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Collins freshman Caden Campbell being aided off the field. Little ginger on that leg. We welcome you back. Bryce Chestnut with a couple of key runs on this drive for West Jess.
Yeah, that was Jacob Jones. Oh, that was the direct snap to him. Got the ball up the field, did a great job. And then the next one you're going to see gets a lot of yardage again up the middle, which they have had trouble doing this year. But tonight it's a different game.
5:45 left in this first quarter. Collins by 7. Kenyon Gooden on a 5-yard scramble after a 90-yard opening drive, and Collins in the neutral zone. That's their 3rd penalty.
Yeah, just got to be a little bit more fundamentally sound on that. You just can't jump like that. And I think West Jessamine's fans and coaches may be thinking they would have liked to have that call in the last game, but that game's over with.
Oh, on that extra point.
Yeah.
That's a sore subject in Nicholasville in some areas.
And I can see why.
1st down and 5 from the 23. As West Jess trying to answer. And Jones, he's going to flip it across. And Stanfield lost his footing there, and that ball fell incomplete.
Yeah, they're trying to set up that screen right across the middle, and the big lineman just kind of knocked him off his feet. So tough play there, but you still have 2nd and short after that 5-yard penalty.
5-10 even in this first quarter. Lots of formation shifts for West Jess. Dalton Carter with a huge catch on this drive, or at least a catch to ignite the drive. First play from scrimmage for them. 2nd down and 5. Here's the handoff to Chestnut as he'll trudged forward up to the 21.
Yeah, a lot of movement there. Got as far as he could, but now you're going to have an important 3rd down here. As we talked, it's just very difficult to have any field goal kicking at this time, so you're going to have to probably be in 4-down territory.
3rd down and 3. We'll see what the play call is here. Again, some success between the tackles for this Colts on the drive.
You see Jacob Jones' feet here.
2 receivers each side. There is the feet in question. Jones with a 1st down as he'll plow forward up to the 7-yard line and a gain of 15.
That's exactly what Coach Lucas talked about. He said Jones is just the player that just takes his team on his back and just carries them.
1st and goal from the 4. West Jess goes hurry up, same play call. And Jones back inside the teeth of the defense. And they'll mark it at about the 3.
Yeah, so again, a very, very nice drive by West Jessamine. They have to be pleased with how this drive is going, but you got to finish this now.
Hatfield on in the formation shift. 2nd and goal. They'll mark it from the 4. Some 5 minutes elapsing on this march. Now Jones back awaiting the snap from Dorian Welch, the center. There it is in the belly of Chestnut, zooming towards that goal line. Touchdown.
Yeah. Boy, what a drive there. That's an answer. I talked before the game that the last game was a shootout, and right now we have the same shootout going, but now the all-important extra point, because we saw last game how important that is. They need to get it through the uprights here to get a tie score.
Chestnut, his 7th touchdown rush of the year. Maynard 25 of 30 on extra points. Bingo. I see your 7 and I raise your 7.
2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. That's kind of what we expected. Although both coaches wanted more of their defense, right now it looks like it's still going to be an offensive battle.
Actually, in poker terms, I think it's I call your 7, but it is a tie game. And now defensively, what can West Jess do to limit Gooden's ability to run the ball?
You know, I think you've got to at least try to put some pressure on him, but when you do that, it opens your secondary up, and then you have trouble with Hartzell. So you've just, you know, it's kind of, you do 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. So you've just got to take some chances, I think, try to get that ball away from them make a mistake. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see West Jess try a little trickery on some kickoffs tonight or something like that. It may throw in a little bit of junk defense that they've really not shown much this year in order to try to stop this high-powered offense.
The freshman Quentin Wooten back for Collins. Maynard's first kick evaded him like the flu, and it's a short kick at the 21-yard line, and Collins will have it up to the 35 to start. That'll be Darius Evans on the return.
Nice field position for Collins there. Again, I think they're trying to kind of kick the ball away just to be able to get underneath it and get some coverage, and that's what they did. But we talked about it in the pregame, Chris, and what West has to do is they have to tackle. That's the key.
It's Colt defense, -2 turnover margin, giving up 35 points per game. And we'll see what adjustments they made after the lengthy Collins drive to start this game.
Showing blitz.
And Scott has the tote, and Scott with a first down just across midfield.
Yeah, Coach Lucas did a nice job. It's like he changed the play at the line because he saw those blitzers coming in, ran away from that blitz, and got a big gainer for about 14 yards there.
Elijah Scott, one of the lone seniors in the backfield, 222 rush yards on the year. A nice deception at Collins huddle.
Here's that run right there all the way up the field to the 49.
From the Titan 49. Empty formation. Gooden rolling left, and there's a great open field tackle by Jake Collins.
Yep, that's what you have to do. You've got to, if he's in the open field, you've got to make that tackle, not let him get into that second zone down there. They did a great job on that, just for a gain of 2 for a 2nd and 8 now. Much better defense right there.
Collins, his 55th stop on the year, 2nd for West Jessamine. Pinning their ears back is West Jess on 2nd down and long. Again, the winner will advance to round 2 of the playoffs against either Madison Central. Check that Madison Southern. There's a pass out in the flat to Simmons, and Simmons with a first down as he drags tacklers to the 40.
Really nice play there. Simmons made a good 2nd, 3rd, 4th effort there. Looks like they're going to go ahead and give him the first down right about the 41-yard line. So, they will spread the ball around. They're just not going to throw it to one player.
Simmons, his 6th grab of the year to continue that thought. The winner will meet either Madison Southern or Woodford County. That game next Friday. Woodford, the huge favorite in that game. So Collins, a couple of consecutive first downs on this drive. First down and 10 from the West Jess 41. 10 minutes complete. Scott out of the formation. There's Gooden on a draw, twisting and turning, and he'll pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, and we got word right before kickoff. We talked about that West Jessamine did not want to have any injuries, and they're still down a couple starters, which, as you said, Chris, brings younger players in. But now's the time. You have to just go out and play. You can't worry about not having played a whole lot this year. Tonight's the night to get your chance to make a mark.
Yeah, Phoenix Johnson now lined up inside. Johnson played all over the defense. He was a DB at times. He's now lining up inside over the injured Nathan Cole. And it's 2nd down and 5.
Stoppage on the field. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I don't know if there's a clock malfunction or exactly what.
Tommy Newton, the white hat, sashaying over to the near sideline. He'll try to communicate with the guys to our left.
Yeah, they're trying to get the clock. I don't know if it's 1:21 or if they're going to split a second here, Chris. It's a playoff football, I guess, but see what we got here when the clock comes back up.
Well, more Collins offensive drive. Nice pass out in the flat, and just yards after contact, so critical.
Yeah, 11 seconds. That does make a difference. 1:31 now.
Second down and 5 on the docket for Collins from the West Jess 35. And that ball to Evans. Did he catch it? And it will be ruled a completion and a first down.
Well, let's take a look at that. I have a little bit of question if that hit the ground or not, but we're going to find out here.
On a slant to Darius Evans. He's been very proficient in this first quarter.
Here's the play here. Makes the throw. Ooh, that's tough to tell there, but the call on the field was a completion, so it's a first down.
From the fringe of the Colt red zone at the 21-yard line, so we slide under a minute in this first quarter. Trips to the far side. Gooden back to throw. Rolling left. Now back against the grain. Breaking tackles down inside the 9-yard line and a first down.
Boy, a great run there. Got away from some of the defenders. Again, you got to tackle his stomach. You got to go right at him. You can't fall for his juke moves, but very good run there for a first down, and they're just moving the ball down the field again, just like they did on the first drive.
Very little resistance for either defense in this opening quarter, which now reads 35 seconds. First down and goal from the 10-yard line. Faking the handoff to Scott. Gooden rolling left, and he is short. They'll mark him just inside the 1.
Yeah, again, another nice run there, but got very, very close. And, now we can see why he has 808 yards and 20 touchdowns, Chris. A very nice runner, a nice quarterback. Looks like they'll take this probably to the quarter and move the end of the field, but may want to get in right there.
And they will snap it right before the quarter concludes for an easy touchdown.
22 rushing touchdowns on the year for him. Nice drive there, and I think West Jessamine was probably along the lines I was, that, they're not going to snap it. They're going to take it down and get it the other end, but they went ahead and just kind of walked into the end zone there.
So Kenyon Gooden on for another touchdown run, and the PAT right before we conclude this first quarter. Ryan Koval. And some premature movement.
Yeah, I think that was an offsides there on West. They jumped.
If you're West Jess, you've got to force Gooden to beat you through the air. Do you not?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen that. But, Chris, that's easier said than done. I mean, how are you going to do that? You got to rush him, and he's going to run on some of those. It's just, and then you've got the good wideout. So, boy, it's just a tough quandary to be in.
Koval, high snap, and Koval's kick is powered through, and that'll take us to the second quarter. A shootout on our hands in Shelbyville. Collins by a score. West Jess football when we return on Glycon.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Collins by 7 as we welcome you back to Shelbyville. Chris Labar, Rick Reams, our producer, DK Goss, and Tinny Onatiri wearing a toboggan up top, shooting an onside kick, and that ball will fall right to the 49, and West Jess there to gobble it up.
Yeah, they were ready for that. Again, that's something I'm sure you work on that all week. If you lost one in the last game, this game you have hands teams up front for the entire game.
Looked like Collins was in the vicinity, but that ball had not yet advanced 10 yards.
Yeah, I think Collins' idea was let West Jessamine kind of bobble it, and then it doesn't matter if it goes 10 yards. As long as West touches it, you can get the ball, and that's what they were trying to do.
This Colt offense back in tow, so a short field. They marched down all the way from about 75 yards on their first drive. This one an abbreviated 50.
Yeah, and that's one problem. If you don't get the onside kick, you give the other team great field position.
Different look here with Jones. Carlos Placencia, a very large H back there, and he's going to pave the way for Jones, and Jones picks his way for about 8 yards down to the 42.
Again, we talked a little bit about maybe some plays that we've seen a little bit of, but not a whole lot of. So Collins' defense doesn't know exactly how to handle that. But, man, they're going to stay with it. They got the big man in the backfield.
Placencia, normal left guard, and same play call. As Jones needs to, lunges forward, and he'll be very close to a first down.
It looks like they're going to spot him just a little bit short there. But, yeah, again, looks like they've seen something on tape that they think they can control and run outside on that left side, and that's what they've done. But now 3rd and short.
3rd down and 1 for West Jess as they try to answer Collins' recent touchdown.
I think we're going to see a little more regular offense here.
With Chestnut in front of Jones. Quarterback draw. Jones has the first down as the path clears for about 5 yards up to the 36 in a movement of the chains.
Jones does a really good job. We've talked about this a lot this year with a lot of different teams of not rushing that play. He waits to see where that hole is going to be. Then he gets there, and we got another player down for Collins.
And an injury earlier to their linebacker, freshman Campbell. He is yet to return. And another Titan injured at the 40-yard line. So 1st down and 10 when we come back. West Jess down 7. 10:54 first half. Be right back on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Collins young man up on his feet. That's Joshua Lehnert to the near sideline as West Jess has it from the Titan 36.
It's like holding that shoulder there. That's a tough one. I've had shoulders come out of socket, and that is not very comfortable. Going back to the big man in the backfield.
Carter out on an island nearest us with Stanfield the other way, and Jones, and he's going to sling it to Carter. A nice catch, and Dalton Carter down to the 11.
You know, all those plays were setting up that one play. Jones faked the ball towards where his big man was going to block. Nice throw to Carter, but an even better catch for a huge gain.
Gain of about 24. Dalton Carter, his second grab of the campaign, rather of the evening, 47th of the season.
Went up and got that ball. Great play there.
From the 11, it's first down and 10. Jones leaves it for Chestnut on an end around, and Chestnut moves the pile to the 5.
Again, it's a shootout tonight. Both defenses are having no luck stopping these offenses. And West Jessamine now, again, sometimes they had a little bit of trouble from these shorter distances, but I think you're going to see Jacob Jones's feet come into play here again.
Jones and Chestnut inside have been very, very effective. 3 possessions, 3 scores. Inside, this is Chestnut again, picking his way, and another touchdown in this game.
Yep, right up the middle. And we talked, boy, West had a little bit of trouble the last few weeks running that ball up the middle. But, boy, their linemen should be getting a lot of accolades tonight because they're opening big holes. And now you come up with the all-important extra point.
Isaac Maynard, 26 of 31 on the year as Chestnut 2 scores tonight. That gives him 8 on the year. Jones to hold, and Maynard a soaring high kick inside, and he'll knot it at 14.
Can you say whoever gets the ball last wins? I mean, that's what it looks like right now.
Or a stop.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's like one of those in penalty kicks in soccer. You know, if you can get one stop, you may have the upper hand. But these teams have to figure out again how to stop. And I know both coaches are really trying to get their defense to figure out what's the best way to stop. And if I'm Collins, I would not try any more onside cute kicks. You know, they gave the ball at the 50-yard line and allowed Chestnut just to go in from about 5 yards there to get in the end zone to make this score 14-14 with 9:41 left.
Ryan Koval, I would think, has an advantage on kickoffs. We talked about the special teams advantage in our keys to the game, and certainly Collins, at least throughout the year, has been very special on special teams.
And that comes in huge in playoffs games. It's still, it's sooner or later going to come down to that, I'm still thinking.
Quentin Wooten, a freshman, back to return for Collins. He's yet to touch it on a kickoff. And Solomon Smith with a head-on kick, and this time Wooten will get an opportunity. Reels it in at the 15. And slides across the 35-yard line.
Nice return there, but a nice kick also. Got that ball high, as you said, high and up in the air and deep. Gave his the kicking team time to get down and make the tackle there. But now, again, if you're West Jessamine, you've got to try to figure out a way to stop this high-powered offense.
Darius Evans has had a couple of key catches in this contest. He'll be lined up in the near slot to his right is Mark Hutzel. He had a big grab on that last scoring drive. And Collins commences on their 36. Xavier Jordan flanked out far. He'll be out opposite the corner there. And this is going to be Eli Scott scrambling for the edge, and he has a seam across the 45 and very close to the stick.
Had to run way outside there, actually way back in the backfield because defender got in there, but he got his speed, got outside, and ran it all the way for about a 12 or 13-yard gain for a first down.
Yeah, Scott, the utility knife. He's got 21 catches, but 241 rush yards on the year.
They have a lot of weapons.
Very creative offensively. Is Coach Lucas's bunch. This time Gooden rolling to that strong side of the field, and he's going to sling it for a completed pass down to the 32-yard line. Up now, they'll mark it at the 30 as it's caught by Hutzel for a gain of 27.
There he is again. You know, you get the ball near these receivers, especially Hutzel, and, I mean, he just brings that ball in, is able to get it, and here's the pass. Just look down the field, nice high throw, but Hutzel pulls it in and gets the first down.
Only 2 catches in that surprising loss. Had great crossing last week. And Hutzel, 838 receiving yards coming into this one. He might finish with about 1,500 before we're done tonight.
I was going to say, I think those numbers are going to skyrocket.
1st and 10. And Scott to the near side, foot in the ground, and he'll fall forward downhill across the 25 to the 23. That's Evans, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, on that one again, it was that option, and Evans just grabbed the ball, was able to keep it from the quarterback, and got about 8 or 9 yards for a good first down yardage. Second short down in this distance, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try something down deep close to the end zone.
Playing ahead of the sticks as Collins for much of this game. Again, the first 2 plays from scrimmage were procedure penalties. They started 1st and 20, and since it's been 2nd and short. 2 receivers flanked out far. And Gooden will call his own number. To the near sideline, he zooms, first down. Gain of 9.
Yep. First time we've seen that this series with him using his own feet, but they saw that opening out there to the outside and moved him to the outside for a first down. Red zone again, and here we go.
He'll mark it up at the 14-yard line. First down and 10. 8 minutes in the half.
Just gets an outside seam there and takes it up the field. Doesn't go out of bounds, takes a hit, but falls forward for even more yardage.
A lot to like about both of these quarterbacks. Again, only juniors, Kenyon Gooden and Jacob Jones. 2 receivers out far, low snap. And Gooden will scoot across the 10 and take a right-hand turn out of bounds.
That's one of those plays I talked about. You got to get him in the backfield, but when you get back there, you got to get him down. And that time he was able to step through the lineman and get a gain of 5 yards on that first down.
Second down and 6 as the clock reconfigures. And Coach Lucas's bunch taking the full allotment of time between called plays. Neither defense yet to register a stop in this game if you've just joined us. And there's a dump tap pass short. Evans in open spaces, and he'll be saddled up well shy of a first down.
Yeah, good defensive play there to bring up third down. So huge opportunity here if West Jessamine can get the stop. Very interested with Collins is, a lot of times the coach calls into the play to the quarterback. He relays the information. Coach Lucas calls in the play, and every player, including the linemen, are watching him, and that's how they all get the play call.
Sophomore Jackson Pierce involved in that stop. 3rd down and 4 from the 8. So we slide under 7 minutes in this first half. Trips to the near side. Gooden, a design draw. First down, we got a flag trailing the play. A flag thrown as Gooden goes in.
That's usually a hold right there, which, a good play. He's in the end zone, but I think it's going to come back, and they're going to have to do it again.
Tommy Newton says it is a hold.
Yeah, Yeah, when you see that flag thrown from there, my wife has lived with me long enough. She even says that must be a hold for that call from back there. But, boy, a big play. 10 yards lost on a touchdown, and then you have 3rd and long.
They'll mark it now back at the 22. So 3rd down and 18.
Chris, could be the one stop. You know, I think if you hold this team even to a field goal attempt, that's a victory.
Trips to the near side. Pass play. Gooden rifles it across the middle and deflected. Damari Owens got a mid on it, and now we'll see what Jerry Lucas decides.
Yeah, that's one thing. You know, really the Ryan Koval, he only has one field goal, 1 for 2, a 37-yard field goal that he made, and it looks like he's coming out for it. So this one's going to be about that long, maybe about 38 yards. But I think if you're West Jessamine, you take this as a stop. Watch this here as he just comes across and is able to knock that ball down. You know, on that one he made a smart play. If you can't intercept it, just knock it down. Do not let them get it on a tip drill. It's about 39-yard field goal.
So from the 22-yard line, Koval, his long this year is 37. And the kick on the way. Got it. I don't think it cleared by much, but 3 points on the board for Collins.
Tell you what, just by the, I don't know if a football has a hair on it, it was by the hair of the football. So
we'll try to get another look at that as Koval coaxed it through from 39 yards.
It was very, very close to that. Here, watch this again. This ball as it goes up and just barely crosses the underneath the crossbar there, but doesn't matter. Look, if kicking like that, it's still 3 points, 17-14. But again, Chris, this is going to be interesting to see if that's going to be a stop that's going to make a difference.
That's a big play in this game. Congratulations to Koval. I don't think it would have been good from 40, but it didn't need to be good from 40.
No, I mean, and that's the thing. You kick it from where you kick it, but I think you're going to have to give Damani Owens a lot of credit there to knock that ball down on 3rd and long.
So the Colts will try to respond. They will, by the way, have the football to start the second half.
Always important thing that coaches love to do, get the last possession of the first half, get the ball in the end zone, and get the ball again to start the second half. And I know the Colts would love that. And I don't think we're going to see any more pooch kick or onside kick. You may see a pooch kick, but I think they're going to kick this one away.
Dalton Carter back amongst a couple of Colts, hoping for a return. There's your onside kick at the 44 and scooped up by the Colts.
Coach Lucas has been here a long time, and he knows a lot more football than I've probably ever forgotten. But, man, I just don't really understand why you want to give West Jess a short field.
Agree. Phoenix Johnson captured it, and West Jess will have it from the 44. Perhaps a steady diet of Bryce Chestnut and Jacob Jones between the tackles to milk some time with 6:27 and a half.
Been very successful on those tonight, and so, you know, you just don't know. I don't know if we're going to see that the big man in the backfield. It looks like not. It looks like we're going back to normal, but had good success having him in the backfield last time.
Carlos Placencia, he'll be the big man on campus this week if the score should turn around and West Jess win this game. From the 44-yard line as Chestnut has a first down, or does he? As he takes it across the 50, they'll mark him just shy.
Yeah, you'll take that every time on that first down. Chestnut is running hard. He's finding his hole, running it right to them, and just not going down on first contact. Having to come out here, looks like he's coming back in, had a little wardrobe, a towel or something came off, so he's going to have to go back in and get set here.
Second down and a long one from the Collins 48. Jones collaborating with his quintet. In the belly of Chestnut, needs to, spins just short as he'll be marked. Forward progress will take him up to the 48, just a little short.
Yeah, on that one, he turned back right. I think if he would have gone left, he could have gotten the first down, but that's too little too late. But right now you've got a 3rd and 2, maybe it looks a little more like 3 from up here. So a big 3rd down here.
A couple of big bodies coming in the jumbo formation for West Jess. And here's the formation with Placencia. We talked about that before this drive began. He'll be at the H-back, former left guard. 3rd down and a pair. Jones needs 2. Dragging tacklers. Going to be close.
Looks like they marked him just short. I wouldn't be surprised to see West go for this one.
4th down and 1. Colts with 3 timeouts remaining. And their offense intact. Big play here. It's 4th down and less than 1. Dalton Carter split out wide. Underscore this at the 4:30 mark, first half. Chestnut needs 1, and there's a 1st down. Lewis Sims, the left tackle, led the way. Movement of the sticks for the Colts.
Yeah, they just pushed the defensive line back. Nice gain there on, like you said, that was one to watch, a 4th and short from about your own 48, 47-yard line, but it paid dividends for the 1st down.
Collins 44 again, a short field on the missed onside kick. West Jess beginning at their 44. They've now got it at the Titan 44.
And as you said, take some time on this drive.
Carter near side. As Jones, he'll leave it with Chestnut, dancing delicately for a big man, and he'll take it just shy of the 40.
Made a nice cut back there to get all the way across to the middle part of the field to get a good gain on 1st down. So you have 2nd and manageable.
3:30 left. Both teams with 3 stops. Tell you, if the Colts can punch this in and then get the football to start the second half, that may be one of the differences in this game we'll see.
Yes, and it would be interesting to know if Collins deferred, or if West deferred, or if Collins wanted the ball.
2nd down and 7. Chestnut bouncing outside, now cuts it up where it's thick, and he'll take it to the 35, gain of about 5.
I hope they have plenty of ice for Chestnut on the drive home because they're using him a lot tonight. But I'm sure after last week, he's just saying, give me the ball and let's go. And as you said, 2 minutes, 48 seconds. Boy, if you can score here and then not have much or if any time left on the clock before you get the ball at the start of the second half.
3rd down and a pair. Chestnut again gets the call. He's got a 1st down. Up to the 31. Already touchdown rushes of 4 yards and 5 yards for the sophomore running back for West Jessamine.
Chris, you're a little bit Nostradamus tonight. You said you thought we'd see a lot up the middle, and that's what we've seen, especially on this drive. Kind of interesting. No Jacob Jones yet on this drive.
Well, we talked about bad karma last week, about the Colts trying to get all that bad karma, and there was a lot of it last week, but a much more sound first half tonight.
Absolutely. Coach Marsh has to be pleased.
From the 32, again, 3 stops in their hip pocket. Just over 2 minutes. Jones will be aggressive here, and he's going to float it into the end zone, and that ball is caught. Touchdown!
Oh, what a play.
Dalton Carter.
What? Not only a great pass, but a great catch there. And now the thing I'm most impressed about is, they didn't give up, but here's the play. Look at this pass. It's a perfect pass, but then you've got to concentrate, not only get the ball in, but lean over that pylon to go ahead and get it in the end zone to take the lead of 20-17 with the extra point to come.
Carter, his 3rd catch of the night, his 9th touchdown reception of the year, and Maynard sneaks it through.
Big play, 21-17. West Jessamine leads, but there's 2 minutes, and Collins gets the ball back.
So Carter with that reception. You go back to the other end, though. How about that big pass breakup? Damari Owens across the middle forces the long field goal.
I tell you, like I say, I think that right now is the play we're going to need to mark down. A lot of times you look at touchdowns and everything, but in this game, a stop that even just led to a field goal, that's an important play that's going to, I think we're going to look back on that as a huge play in this game.
2 timeouts for Collins. Check that 3 stops for the Titans, and 2 minutes with that offense is an eternity.
Oh yeah, Collins they're excited to have that ball back, and you know they got to be mad right now because you know Wes Jessamine said we'll match that field goal with a touchdown, and boy, those numbers don't work out if you're Collins. You got to put the ball in the end zone.
Small plays in tight games. A pass breakup, but 2 short fields have kick-started the past 2 Colt scoring drives.
I said last time, I don't think you'll see another onside kick. I'm going to say it again. I don't think you'll see another one.
Wooten back to return, and Smith off to the right, and that's going to be advantageous field position for Collins after the penalty.
Yeah, that's always the frustration. You try to get that ball you know, down the field, and you kick it out of bounds, which stops the clock, and they get great field position to start with.
This Titan offense averaging 39 points per game.
You have West averaging 26.4, which you think would mean, well, the Titans are 2 touchdowns better, but the first game and this game is not proving to that point.
Kenyon Gooden, 2 touchdown scrambles, 1 of 5, the second of 1, and a 39-yard field goal. Gooden faces the backside pressure, and he'll take a hard hit up to the 41-yard line. That was Cam Humber getting his money's worth.
Nice hit there, very nice. And they double team Hutzel. He went for the go route, but they had two defenders on him the whole time. So a good game, but boy, you'll take that 2nd and 5 with 1:34 seconds left.
Again, 3 stops looming for Collins. This will be Scott as a decoy, and Gooden scrambling left, first down, up now to the 40-yard line.
Boy, that gets you down the field quickly, which is exactly what you want to do. And Wes Jessamine, you can't rest on your laurels and be excited about that last stop. You got to stop the ball now.
Gooden for 19 more. First down and 10 from the 40-yard line. As Gooden, as you see, they're rolling around. Now back to live action. Gooden in a shotgun. Plenty of time. He's going to steer it short, and that ball going to be incomplete. Hutzel could not dig it out.
Yeah, threw that ball low. I think he threw it a little bit sidearm to get it underneath the defender's arms, but it just took a drop down and just hard to catch at your ankles.
That will stop the clock at 59.7. Collins certainly thinking 7 here. 3 timeouts left. Trips to the far side. Empty set. And Gooden, he's going to fling it all the way down for Scott. And Eli Scott will run under it, and he'll be out at the 2-yard line.
You know, just almost the exact same play as Jacob Jones on the other end. That time didn't quite get it in the end zone, but boy, a nicely thrown ball and a good catch there by Scott to take it all the way down to the 2-yard line.
It's Elijah Scott, gain of 38.
You can see here the throw. He waits, throws it up high, lets him run underneath it, gets it about the 2-yard line for a 1st and goal with 53.1 seconds. A lot of time.
Open playbook for Collins as they try to answer Wes Jess's most recent score. Scott and Edwards, the duo, sandwiching the quarterback, Gooden. And Gooden in for an easy march and a touchdown.
Boy, I tell you what, they made that look easy. Again, though, you have to look back. The kick that went out of bounds gave them good field position to start that, and then they were able to move it down pretty much at ease and score with 49.4 seconds left in this first half.
So a 2-point Collins advantage. And Koval on. Gooden will be the holder. High snap. And this one blocked.
Well, there you go. That's another huge play there. Mark it down. 49.4 seconds. A blocked extra point. Boy, that's something that, that Collins is just not used to with a 96% accuracy on those extra points. That one could come back to haunt them.
Interior defense there for West. It's hard to diagnose who got that block.
Yeah, but he got a big paw in there. There's actually 2 or 3 of them. There's a blown blocking scheme, no doubt. But, boy, that's why you just, I see so many times in the college and NFL, those guys on extra points don't even go after it. But, boy, it's just such a big play that you can make to make a huge difference in the game. It's a 23-21 as opposed to 24-21. That's a big difference if it comes down later in the game. So West Jessamine's come up with a couple big plays right now on defense and then on special teams.
Are we going to see an onside kick, Rick?
I would say no, but maybe they're going to try to fool them and do it again. But I would sure say kick that ball as far as you can. Let's not give them the ball at the 44 or 50-yard line, which is the 2 spots that they've gotten the ball the last 2 kickoffs.
Now keep in mind, West Jess has 3 timeouts of their own and 49.4 in this game.
I don't think
it'll be about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see West take a knee. They're going to go for the end zone.
No. Dalton Carter back to return. He just had that splendid 32-yard touchdown reception. Lots of toboggans and mittens, scarves, parkas. It's that time of the year, week 1 of the playoffs. This one, an intermediate kick and run under it. That is Jake Collins, and Collins will take it up to the 33-yard line.
I will take that anytime over giving the ball at the 44 and the 50-yard line. But still, I just think you kick that ball all the way away. But you have 44.6 seconds. As you said, West Jessamine, they don't need a whole lot of time to get down the field. So going to be interesting to see how they call this. It looks like probably Collins is just going to play a little bit of prevent defense. Just don't let someone beat you deep.
Curious to see what play calls we see here on this drive. How aggressive will the Colts be from their 32? Solomon Smith now flanked out to the near side. Carter and Stanfield out wide. Stanfield in the slot. Carter having a big game out wide. Jones in the gun. And Jones will sling it to Carter up to the 43 and a first down. And West Jess will call time.
Yeah, they're going to move that ball on down the field here, and they're going to give it a shot. There's not any going for a kneel down and go into the locker room.
Carter now with 4 grabs. That play occurring right in front of Scott Marsh as soon as Carter's knee hit the surface. Timeout, he signaled.
Nice throw right down the field. Made the catch right at the sticks. Got the first down. And like you said, Chris, a quick timeout. Stop with 38.1. And I think you're going to see that a lot. Either throw the ball across the middle and get a timeout or throw it to the sidelines and step out of bounds.
Well, and after you've been victimized by a big score, if you're the Collins DBs, you have to offer a little cushion.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that they're probably talking about right now is do not let those guys beat you deep, because the thing that I think both teams are probably aware of is West Jessamine, to my knowledge, at least the games we've seen, they've not tried a field goal. So it's one of those that you just don't want to get beat deep for a touchdown.
Two stops left for West Jess. They'll have it now at their 44. Very entertaining first half tonight in Shelbyville. Plenty of time for Jones. Carter down that far sideline. Lots of contact and incomplete as that ball well out of bounds.
Yeah, that was one of those. I thought what was going to happen was Carter was going to be able to put the brakes on and come back and get it. But like you said, it was too far out of bounds, and he just lost his balance going down the field.
Darius Evans in coverage. And we'll bring up second down. Now Stanfield in the near slot with Solomon Smith out wide and Carter Near side as well. Jones to the strong side. Up at the 40, and he'll be thrown out of bounds at the 48. Lots of time rolling on that clock. Apparently Jones did not get out of bounds.
Well, I'm not sure about that one. We couldn't see. We're behind the Collins bench, and we just couldn't see if he got out of bounds or not. But that clock ran about 2 or 3 seconds after that and got a timeout. But it would be interesting to see if they put any time back on the clock there.
19.2 on the clock here. Jones, it appeared to be very close to being out of bounds. About 24 seconds left. We'll see if we can get another look at that play. As West Jess now 3rd down and 5 with 1 timeout remaining.
The play you're going to see here on the snap, it takes a little bit of time to develop as he rolls out, looks for a receiver, and nothing's there. I thought at this point he was going to run out of bounds, but then he cut back in, which is good anytime but right then. But, boy, it sure looked like they tackled him out of bounds there. But I don't see that anyone's looking up to the scorekeeper and tell him to add any time on the clock. So we're going to be at 19.2 seconds. 1 timeout left for West Jess.
2 receivers each side. Isaac Maynard, a new face at the near slot. 3rd down in a nickel from the 48. Jones calls his own number. And he's going to lunge very close to a 1st down. They'll mark him short at the naked eye, and the clock continues to run.
Yeah, I think they're just going to let this run out. Get into the halftime, down 23-21. Both teams have to feel good about their offenses, but have a little bit of work to do on defense. But if I'm West Jess, I'm going to give their defense a lot of credit.
Defense and special teams been very significant in this game, despite a 23-21 score. Collins by 2. We'll be right back after this break on Glycod.com.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back. Collins High School tonight for the playoff game here for West Jess and Collins. Collins with the lead 23-21. Very, very productive and good first half. enjoyed that. We'll be right back on Glycod Sports.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Back live in Shelbyville, Chris Labar along with Rick Reams, 23-21, a very competitive first half.
Yeah, we talked about it. The last game was a shootout. This game's the same exact way. Very good first half.
What did you like best about that Westchester offense?
What I liked best was the amnesia we talked about. It would be very easily to come out on the field and to just have a hangover from last week, but they didn't do that. They came out, they were confident, they took the ball down the field. Even though the Collins scored, it did not stop them at all. Had a great first half. Coach Marsh can't be anything but pleased.
A couple of big defensive plays, and heck, you give up 23 points. You think your defense hasn't played well. They've done enough to give this team a good, credible chance to win this game.
Well, we talked about it. We said whoever gets the ball last may win, and you had the point. You said, or a stop. And that's what West Jessamine did to give up that 39-yard field goal. But, boy, that was a big play. Even though they're down, they get the ball back, and they block extra point. Special teams, 2 keys to the game. Amnesia, Jacob Jones' feet, special teams, and that's come to play.
Great catch by Dalton Carter. One would think he's going to play a huge key in the second half.
Yeah, because, we've not seen Collins make a stop, and that's the key. And that for right now, it's going to be Jacob Jones, his arm, his legs, and we've just seen Bryce Chestnut. I'm very impressed with this offense tonight.
All the scoring, as you see on the screen from Jessamine County Health Department, all the scoring in this first half. Kenyon Gooden is some kind of talent, 3 touchdown runs.
Yeah, he's the real deal. He is what he is advertised to be. We talked about it before the game. Even both coaches said this is probably a battle of next year Kentucky Mr. Football, and both quarterbacks have done that. And Gooden on the ground, and then his arm. Good throws also.
Outstanding first half. One would suspect the second half will be as competitive. A great one here. Kentucky football playoffs underway. A 2-point game. Collins over West Jessamine. We will update the score ticker and have that for you in just a minute on Glycod.com.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
A tight one in Shelbyville, 23-21 at the turn. Collins by 2 over West Jess. Chris LeVar back live with Rick Reams. Let's talk adjustments. What do both teams do differently in this half?
Well, for one, if I'm Collins, I kick the ball off all the way. I hate to harp on that, but I don't think you want to give them that field position again. If I'm West Jessamine, I'm telling my defense, you did a good job there. You've got a couple stops. This team's going to be very hard to stop. Both teams are, but I think Collins' defense has to figure out a way to get a stop.
From a defensive pressure perspective, both quarterbacks, especially good, just so good with their feet. If West Jess can find some way to make him throw the ball a little more consistently, that may be a big play in this game.
Yeah, and I think that's what you have to do. Even if you can't get to him in the backfield, make him throw the ball under pressure. Another thing with Jacob Jones, he does not throw as well on the run, so you want to make him do the same thing. But both teams have got to be able to not let the quarterback get out of the pocket and run on them, and that's what both quarterbacks has done so far.
West Jess has had a lot of success, and I really think surprisingly so, running between the tackles. Yeah. Bryce Chestnut, great first half.
Oh, boy, you couldn't ask for more, and I was half joking, half seriously. He's going to be a sore young man because they are feeding him the ball, but that's exactly what he wants. Up the middle, we talked about it. West Jessamine has not done a great job this year running between the tackles. Tonight's a totally different night, but as I said, this is a whole new season, so they're going to try something new and see if it works. And right now, Collins has not had an answer to it.
Their defense been down a couple guys, ironically, at the same position. Both freshman linebackers, Caden Campbell, Joshua Laynard, injured, and at least to the best of my recollection, have not been back in the game. And their run defense at times has been iffy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I mean, I think that's what you do. If you see a team lacking in an area, you go after it. That's exactly what you do, is you go right after it, make them stop it, and right now they can't stop the run.
Got Dalton Carter that has been so good. We saw him at Woodford County, and they've got so many great players there. He was one of the best talents on the field, and we'll get a look at his play. But some highlights on both sides in this first half.
Yeah, he's just a great player, made great plays, and got the ball, stretched it out, got into the end zone on that one deep pass there that gave them the lead. And it just, like you said, big players make big plays, and that's what you like to see from if you're West Jessamine. And then here's a nice pass there by Collins, throws it out to Herzl right down the field, gets the ball, and gets a big first down there.
Mark Hutzel, 3 grabs in this game, one of which started the first score of the game, had a long, lengthy pass inside the 5-yard line. And lots of offense to get to in this first half in a 2-point Collins lead.
Yeah, and here's where we see the legs, just taking the ball outside, making the turn there, getting it all the way down to the 15-yard line, so the drive towards the end of the second quarter in order to take the lead.
So a 2-point game here, 23-21, Collins over West Jess. Cold football, second half next on Glycod.com.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Winner advances to round 2 of the playoffs opposite Madison Southern or Woodford County. Right now, halftime, a 2-point West Jessamine Colt deficit to Collins. I'm Chris Labar. He's Rick Reams. DK Goss, our birthday boy, running the show tonight. And Rick, a big drive here on the stick for West Jess.
Yeah, if you're West Jess, you want to just keep the momentum going. You want to keep the pressure on Collins' defense. But I think a bigger drive for Collins' defense. Did you make any adjustment at halftime that's able to stop West Jess offense? And let's just see what happens on the kickoff. I've been surprised every time, so here we go.
Yeah, Colts, 2 very short kicks propelling a couple of West Jess scoring drives in that first half. Stanfield and Carter back for West Jess. And this one will be kicked deep, and Carter gobbles it up on the run at the 25, and he'll be slung down just shy of the 30.
Yeah, they're just not wanting to kick it, and we know his leg's big enough to get that ball way down the field. But, again, with that, at least your College, you're keeping them starting off behind the 30-yard line, which is what you want them to do at their own 28-yard line. So let's see if there has been any changes made in the Collins defense and see if West Jessamine, you know, I'm a big proponent of if it's not broke, don't fix it. So just keep on doing it until Collins can keep you from doing it.
Pair of Bryce Chestnut rushing scores in the first half for West Jess. Also a Dalton Carter 32-yard TD reception. So first play from scrimmage for the Colts. And Chestnut behind Jones. And Jones will dump it to Carter, and Carter one-on-one. How's that for a stiff arm? And he's out just shy of the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice play there. Good stiff arm to get the first down yardage. And, you know, Carter and Jones, they just have something going. They know where each other's going to be, and they make nice passes, nice catches, and nice runs.
Such symmetry between those two. Carter now 5 catches tonight. 45 entering this contest, and that's enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 39-yard line. 2 receivers split out far as Jones will leave it for Chestnut. Chestnut with an avenue paved in the near sideline, and another first down.
Yeah, a great job there by the offensive lineman. Open up a huge hole on the left side to get Chestnut around the edge and get that first down. And, you know, West Jessamine they're just picking up where they left off.
Chestnut well over 100 rush yards in this game.
Big, just that gaping hole to take him all the way down to midfield.
First down and 10 from the 50. 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Colts. Neither team with a stop in this game, although West Jess did hold Collins to a field goal late in that second quarter. And Carter on an out, and he'll scoot out at the 44.
You talked about at the end of the half, Collins giving some padding there, and they're still doing the same thing to Carter. They got beat deep once on him. They don't want him to get behind him, so they're going to let him catch that ball in front of him. But we saw that in a college game last week, that can burn you also. They can move the ball down that field that way.
Nearing the 11-minute mark. Such control in this game for both of these offenses, but West Jess much more rhythm than we've seen from these guys in a while. And as I say that, there's a free 5.
Yeah, first real mistake that they've made, the offensive line there. A little bit jump, a little early. You know, in the interview that I did with Coach Lucas, he just went on and on and on about Jacob Jones, and you know, he was right. He said, we've got to figure out a way to stop him, and right now they have not done that.
Isaac Maynard called for the procedure, so second down and 10 back at the 50. It has drastically gotten chillier as this evening has progressed. 11-17 now in the third, empty formation. And Chestnut on a screen, and Chestnut down the hill, and a first down. Bryce Chestnut up to the 33-yard line, and a pickup of 17. But a flag.
Oh, boy, that's just a killer. You get all the way down the field, and it looks like probably another holding. Boy, it's just so hard. You know, you get out there, your running back's right there. You got a defender. The only way to stop him is to get hold of that jersey, and that just, woo, that kills you, because it's not only is it not a first down, but it takes you back 10 yards for a 2nd and 20 from your own 40. Had the ball all the way down about their 30-yard line. Woo.
Yeah, we did not see this in the first half. 2 consecutive infractions.
Yeah, West Jessamine was so clean in that first half, and right now, like you say, they're shooting themselves in the foot and getting way behind the chains.
Second down now and 20. Chestnut, wide open hole up the middle, and he's still moving the chains, dragging tacklers, a gain of about 13 yards.
Yeah, so now you get 3rd and 6 or 7. It looks like West Jessamine, again, is going to go pace here to try to keep the Collins defense from being able to line up.
The 3rd down and 7. Slant pass in stride. Carter down to the 19-yard line.
You know what, Chris? Give me 2nd 20, 2nd 30. We're fine. We'll give the ball to Chestnut and then throw it down to Carter, get it all the way down to the 20-yard line, 15-yard line. I tell you what, West Jessamine is hitting on all cylinders. Here's that play again. Look at this. Fake it and a quick slant right there and right across the middle all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Carter, sensational performance tonight for West Jess.
And we're going to see a mistake by Collins. They jumped, you know. I'm sure the inflection caused him, but you just can't do that. Give him a free 5 yards up to the 15-yard line for a 1st and 5. And, boy, this again opens your playbook up. But honestly, Chris, tonight you haven't had to open it up. You've done the same thing and just said stop us. And right now, Collins just cannot stop it.
From the 15. First down and 5, Chestnut up the gut, barreling his way inside the 5-yard line, first down.
That gentleman is just having the game of his life tonight. A nice run there. Excellent job. Got all the way down to about the 5-yard line for a first down.
This O-line, a dominant performance tonight. Chestnut again in between the tackles, his 3rd rushing score, Bryce Chestnut.
We asked the question if Collins could make any adjustments at halftime, and Chris, the answer right now is no. They haven't made any adjustment. Chestnut has done the same thing, and this is going to be interesting. It looks like West is going to go for 2 here.
On that odd point after blocking the last PAT from Collins Koval, so a 27-23 4-point lead.
West asked that the ball be moved to the far hash mark from their sideline.
Good decision by Scott Marsh. A 2 makes it a 6-point lead. Chestnut to the left. There's Jones to the right. Jones scampering for 2 more.
Huge play there. And boy, I tell you what, if you think about it, not only did you march the ball down the field and score, but you took a lot of time off the clock too. So, you know, we're still at 9:47, which is a lot, but you just don't want to turn around and give the ball to Collins quickly. But boy, West Jessamine, did you think this 36-0 last week and it wasn't that close, and they're up 29-23 at Collins? Wow.
Great performance thus far by everyone in that building. Great job by that staff to get these kids ready. The offensive line, dominant performance.
Absolutely. You know, you give the credit, or you see Chestnut, but what you don't see are those guys in the trenches that are opening up holes. But Chestnut knows, you know, who feeds him, and that's his big offensive lineman, and they have done the job tonight.
29-23. Now it's Collins' turn. They've had ample firepower as well this evening.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
what's the over-under tonight?
Phew, I don't know, but I think a yardage is going to be about 500 for each team. But, boy, I tell you what, it's just one of those games. We said it was going to be excited. We were looking for a shootout. That's what we got. Both coaches did not want another shootout, but that's what they're getting. And I think they're just going to say, okay, offense, take us home.
Wooten back for the Titans. And Solomon Smith will punch it to Simmons, and Simmons with a crease. He'll take it up to the 44-yard line. And Collins, a favorable launching start.
Yeah, you'll take that starting position. And, again, you have to see, has West done anything that can kind of slow this offense down?
Mark Hutzel split out to the near side. And Gooden in the gun. He's going to hand to Eli Scott around the corner, and Scott slung down across the 50, pickup of about 8.
Boy, that one, he ran about 3 yards with his running back with the ball in his stomach, deciding whether he was going to take it back or leave it, and made a wise decision to leave it to get a good gain on second down. First down to leave second and short.
Titans left with second down and a pair from the West Jess 48-yard line. Much of this contest has been spinning opposing field positions. Gooden back to throw. He's going to sling it. Scott wide open down the hill. There's a flag as Scott cuts it back in the middle of the field. And still on his feet is Scott, up now to the 5. But again, a penalty up at the 25-yard line.
It's going to be interesting to see if it's offensive pass interference or exactly what the call is going to be.
A great crew tonight. Steve Gunner working this game at one of the linesman spots. Tommy Newton, the white hat. 7-man crew tonight. And a big call coming up. Looks like it's against the Titans.
Yeah, the Titans are walking back down the field, and looks like just from the throw of the flag that he must have pushed off to get open, or maybe there was a pick play all the way down there, but a call you don't see any. Illegal touching, so he must have come out of bounds and come back in and was the first one to touch the ball.
That flag thrown right as soon as Scott reeled that pass in, so the new field position back now in Titan territory. They're going to mark it, oh my, all the way back at the 35-yard line. At the 37 of Collins, so it is going to be second down at about 17. 3 targets to the near. There's Gooden, ample time, up now in the pocket. And Gooden, Jake Collins gets a piece as Gooden now brought down the 45-yard line, close to the initial line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they put pressure on him and did make him run that time to get a 3rd and long here, and this is what West Jessamine wants. But, you know, Collins has had very good luck on 3rd and longs tonight.
Each time the Titans have been in 3rd and long, it's normally been aided by an infraction on 2nd down. This is the case as well. So 3rd down and 9 officially now as we near the 8-minute mark of this 3rd quarter. Lots of points in this contest. Collins settling for a field goal. And the rest of this game is accounted for touches as Gooden on 3rd and long. Dials it up left side, and he's going to pick his way close to the marker on that far side.
I don't think he got it, but he's going to be very, very close.
Will be a 1st down.
Yep, they did give it to him. Gooden, it's just one of those things where, like you said, Chris, you really want to make him pass the ball and just don't let him run. But on that one, got around the edge, a good effort to get that 1st down.
At now the 45-yard line of West Jess. Low snap, Gooden. Plenty of time to throw, and that play strung out. He'll tiptoe the near sideline, maybe a loss of a yard or 2.
Yeah, good job by the defense to just string that all the way out to the side. Here's the 3rd down and long run. Gets to the outside, makes the turn there, and then that 2nd effort to get the 1st down. But like you say, on that play, actually about a loss of 3, Chris.
They'll mark him back at the West Jess 48. So 2nd down and 13. Eli Scott been very big at times in the passing game. He's lined up in the near slot, right behind Evans. Quarterback sprint up the run, and Gooden lassoed at the Colt 39-yard line. 3rd down and a few.
Yeah, there was no doubt that was a straight quarterback run the whole time. Make it 3rd and manageable. And again, if you're West Jess, make him throw the ball. Don't let him get the 1st down with his legs. But again, we've said it all night. Easier said than done.
3rd down and 3. At the ranch, this is 4-down territory from the West Jess 39-yard line. You can sense the anxiety here near sideline. A lot of quiet. Back to throw, Gooden. 3rd and short, behind the stick, sprints, and it will be very close as he extended that ball past the marker, and it will be another Titan 1st down.
We have, well, it's not as much of an oddity anymore, but we have a woman sideline official over there who's doing a good job tonight. So not an all-male crew tonight.
Kenesha Walker had a chance to talk with Steve Gunner. He appeared at our Glycod team meeting discussing official rules in August. Good to reconnect with him before this game. One of the 7 on the field in stripes. And there's Scott up the gut. Taken up. He'll advance it to the 28.
Nice tackle there by Ian Fain. You know, that's one of those we talked about. Hit the man, find him. That time Scott had turned his back on him, just went ahead and made a good tackle there. And that's one thing we talked about that West has had trouble doing all year is tackling. And
6 minutes left in the 3rd and a 6-point Colt lead. They blocked an extra point and forced Collins to also kick a 39-yard field goal. Those plays huge in this game as Gooden under duress and sacked back at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that time he, again, had the ball in the running back's stomach and decided to pull it, which was probably not the right decision there. But to, again, make it 3rd and, you know, it's manageable, but also if you're West Jessamine, you're excited to at least get it to another 3rd down, try to get a stop. As you said, I think we're probably still in 4-down territory, but at least make them try.
Trips out far, 2 to the near, and an empty formation for Gooden. Up in the pocket, he'll pepper it to the marker. Intercepted. West Jessamine down that far sideline. Jaden Miller, a huge turn of events.
Boy, you know what happened that time is you can't look at your receiver the whole time, and that's exactly what he did. And as you said, Jaden Miller just read that. You could see right off the bat. And let's take a look at this. Watch here as he just continues to look at the same receiver, look, make the pass, and Jaden Miller is just waiting. Never saw him there, and takes it all the way down the field, down to the about the 32, 33-yard line. Boy, West Jessamine coming out with a huge stop, a huge play there. Boy, I tell you what, West Jessamine is not having any problems from that game last week.
Miller, his second pick of the year. That's Gooden's 7th interception thrown. Game's first turnover. And West Jess trying to make this a 2-score game from the Titan 33. Chestnut gets the call, and he'll dance for a pair.
Yeah, why would you think it's going to be any difference now? They're just going to keep on going to Chestnut, make him stop him. But, man, I'll tell you what a defensive play by Jaden Miller there.
At the 5-minute mark, get the feeling here we might have Dalton Carter timeout wide as he split out wide. Already scored on a long touchdown reception from the other side, and there is a flag.
Yeah, they're offsides again. I tell you what, Collins right now is just a little bit discombobulated. They are making mistakes and just adding on to those mistakes. Gets it to 2nd and short for West Jessamine. They'll take that all night long. Just let them go on down the field with penalties.
Clock restarts at the 4:50 mark. Great job by our crew here tonight. 2nd down and short. Quarterback design draw as Jones tugged to the surface.
Going to be just a little bit short there on that play, but as we know, they've had trouble. Collins has had a lot of trouble stopping West Jessamine on 3rd and 4th down.
3rd down and a long one from the 26. Jones again up the middle. He's got the 1st down as he slides across the 20 and now powers his way up for another yard to the 19.
Nice play there. Again, waited for his blocking. Had Chestnut in front of him, kind of leading the way for a 1st down. And, boy, Collins somehow has got to come up with a huge stop, turnover, something here.
Still 4:10 in this 3rd quarter. West Jess trailed 23-21 at the turn. Bryce Chestnut, 5-yard touchdown run, and then a 2-point tackle on by Jones. And a touchdown throw in the end zone. Carter for 6.
Boy, I tell you what, fake that, did the pump fake, actually had 2 men out there. Carter wide open in the backside of the end zone. And West Jessamine, at this point you can say, is putting it to Collins.
Dalton Carter, his 2nd touchdown reception, this one of 18 yards.
Here it is. Did a little fake there and then just went ahead and threw it to the back of the end zone. And as you said all night, Carter is right there. Looks like West is going to go for 2 again.
Well, you're on that, although it's an even point count of 12, it's an odd situation here. 2 more would make it a 2-score plus a 2 PAT game.
And we saw, the big blocked extra point. That's why you're going to make it try to go for a 2-score game with 2-point after touchdowns to try to make them have to kick those if they can come back and do it. But, boy, right now, West Jess is just clicking on all cylinders.
West Jess will go for 2. We've got an injury on that far sideline of theirs. We'll try and identify that after this play as Jones has that low snap in unevaded. 37-23.
Looks like West Jessamine players cramping, which is kind of surprising on a cold night like tonight, but I want to get him up. I'm not sure who it is. Can't see that far across the field, but West Jessamine is very excited right now, being up 37-23 in the 3rd quarter with 3:53 left.
Jacob Jones, his 2nd consecutive 2-point conversion run. And this Colt team They've got the same uniforms as last week, but boy, they do not look like the same team as we take a glimpse at the Colts' most recent score.
2-point conversion, as you said, just ran straight up the gut, walked into the end zone. But boy, you're right. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know if West Jessamine had it in their system. Oh boy, we've got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Collins, which is going to move the kickoff all the way down to the 45-yard line. So not sure what was said or who said it, but the officials had enough, dropped the penalty on a dead ball and moved it 15 yards all the way up to the 45-yard line for the kick.
The cramping West Jess player is Dalton Carter. So he is up and ginger, but up on his feet.
He's going to give him fluids and everything else.
Keep an eye on that. Still ample time, of course, in this game. 3:53 in the third, but West Jess, who'd have thunk it? After as poorly as they played last week to this point, I'm not sure they've had a better performance all year.
No, the games I've seen, this is nothing like I've seen from them all year.
Smith from the abbreviated kickoff distance. This will propel in for a touchback.
The way, I don't know. I tell you what, it was a tough play there to get an unsportsmanlike on that dead ball and get the ball now on the 20-yard line. But Collins, they made the mistake the last time. They're going to have to move the ball down the field, but you've got to realize you can't get 14 points back all at once. You have a full quarter and 3 minutes 53 seconds left in this quarter, so you just got to do what brought you here and not make any more big mistakes, because that last one was a huge mistake on the Jaden Miller interception.
First and 10, Gooden to the right. And Edwards, with the call.
Yeah, I tell you what, West Jessamine's defense, they're starting to feel good about themselves. All excited up there, giving high fives and everything. Even with the players they're missing, this defense has come in with a monumental effort here in the second half.
Empty formation for the Collins quarterback, who's been so impressive tonight. Low snap, but plenty of time. Flushed out, Humber in pursuit, and it's going to be a West Jess tackle. Humber finally chased Gooden down after a 2-yard pickup.
Great play there. The great play by the backs on West Jessamine. He just could not find a receiver and just had to take off, and Gooden got a gain on that, but now you've got a third and about 7 or 8. 3rd and 8.
From the Collins Titan 22-yard line. Again, if the Titans win tonight, this will be their 6th 10-win season in Coach Lucas's tenure now. Coach Lucas in year 12 for the Titans. A great program here in Central Kentucky, but tonight West Jess leading by 14 on 3rd and long. And there's an inside handoff and a first down as Scott sprints across the 33.
Boy, West Jess made a hit on him in the backfield, which could have been a big stop. But again, as we talked about, West Jessamine has trouble tackling, but they get a first down that time, just kind of on the, like you said, just on an inside handoff.
Scott's done enough on the ground to be a nice compliment for Gooden. As we take a glimpse.
It hit right there, had him, but then he broke it outside for the first down.
From the 34, Gooden rolling left. Here comes the backside pressure. He'll flip it forward, and that ball is loose at the 30, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, that pigskin was awfully slippery that time. Just a good play by Gooden. He was going to get sacked and made the flip, but boy, a nice hit by West Jessamine to knock the ball loose and then get it out of bounds for that, a 2nd and long. And
pass complete, and I believe the call fumbled out of bounds. So a lot of activity, and actually we're going to say a loss of 2.
Yeah,
so caught and fumbled out of bounds.
So here it is. He's kind of in the grass, makes the catch, but then West Jess knocks it out. We're going to go live now.
Yeah, we are 2nd and 12, and Gooden now sashaying to the near side. He'll slide out at the 38, and it's 3rd down and long.
Yeah, I tell you, with West Jessamine, you get a couple big plays, and your defense starts feeling a lot better about themselves. When you feel better about yourself, then sometimes you play a lot better. And right now, they are doing a great job with this, making it 3rd and 6 or 7, 3rd and 5 there. And I tell you what, this is another big 3rd down play.
2 minutes left. Cold defense responding thus far after the West Jess offense been so good tonight. Gooden will dump it short. That's Evans down the chute, sack, brought back. Jackson Pierce back at the 40.
Great play there. Stop on a 4th down. And, Coach Marsh talked about that they had 2 punts each in the first game, and right now we've not seen either punter. Got a West Jessamine player down. Looks like they're going to come across the field to take a look at him, see what happens here. But watch this. It's this little slot pass there, a big hit to bring him down right at the 40-yard line for a 4th down. And, boy, we sure hope West Jess player can hop back up and get back to defense. But, what do you do here, Chris? It's 4th down. You're down 14 points, 1:47 seconds left. Do you take a chance and take it, or do you go ahead and kick the ball away?
I think they're going to go for it. That's their MO, but I think you punt it, don't you?
Yeah.
Because if you don't get it here and West Jess scores, you're in big trouble.
That was Jackson Pierce who was down. Glad to see he's back up. Not sure if he had a little stinger or what, but, boy, this is going to be a big call right here. I know Coach Lucas has a lot of confidence in his offense, but like you said, boy, if you don't make it here and West Jessamine brings that ball in, gets up by 3 scores, then the clock becomes your big nemesis, because can you get enough possessions to make up the difference?
4th down and 4. So both teams will use the stop as a pseudo timeout. Now the clock restarts, and Collins' offense, as we suspected, remains on the field from the 41.
And I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to see, like we have earlier this year, some quick kicks. They're going for it.
2 receivers out far. 1 target to the near. Low snap again, Gooden. Pump fake. Needs 4 yards. Johnson misses in the backfield. Floats it ahead, and a great pass up to Evans. And a 1st down.
Yeah, Gooden kept that play alive with his feet, was able to scramble around and get the pass for the 1st down. Boy, I know West Jessamine's got to be frustrated with that one, because they could have had him. But, boy, just a big play.
He showed you everything there, Rick, his ability to extend the play.
Yeah, and that's what it is. He pumps there, doesn't have it, moves around, gets around to the defender there, and then finds his man in the open for the 1st down.
Under a minute now in the 3rd. Gooden slinging it far sideline, looking for Hutzel. Picked, intercepted, coming up the near sideline. Intercepted by West Jess up to the 45-yard line.
Got a player whose number we don't have, so not sure, but boy, a big play. He was playing the safety game back there and just jumped in front of Hutzel, got the ball. The 2nd straight turnover. Boy, I tell you what, Collins is starting to hang their head a little bit. Very tough play there.
If we could get a text from somebody with that identification, it's number 43 for West Jess, the 2nd interception of this game, and West Jess now up to the 35-yard line.
Boy, he threw that ball long, up in the air, high, but that ball just kind of hung, let West Jess break on it for a perfect play. And again, man, I tell you what, let's give West Jessamine's defense a lot of credit. We asked, could they make a stop? And they have made stops.
They sure have. In very good position here from their 35 waning moments of this 3rd quarter. Chestnut with the call. Close to another 1st down.
I tell you what, Chestnut is starting to take his toll on Collins' defense. Tired legs in there. He's a big guy to stop, and right now they're just not able to stop him.
38 seconds as the clock restarts. So many key players tonight on both sides of the ball for West Jessamine.
West Jessamine, in the first half, they were in a hurry. Now they're in absolutely no hurry to get this play off. Let that clock go down, start the fourth quarter with the ball on the 46-yard line.
You talked to Coach Marsh this week. We will talk more about that conversation when we return. Just a great performance tonight. 3 quarters in the books. West Jess by 14, 1st and 10 from their 46 when we return to Shelbyville on Glycod.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows.
And West Jess football as we welcome you back.
Thanks for a couple texts that we got. That was Chase Satterwhite on the interception there for West Jessamine. A huge play. Appreciate those texts coming in to help us out. But, boy, what a play by Chase Satterwhite.
Set up the Colts at the Collins 48-yard line, gain of about 6 more. And you talked to Coach Marsh earlier this week, and no excuses offered after that performance last week.
No, absolutely not. He took it all on himself and on his team. He said both teams had to play in the rain. That wasn't the difference. They just got beat by Mercer County and beaten badly.
Chestnut again, 1st down. Gargantuan performance by the sophomore rush.
Yeah, just a great running back right there.
Up to the 41-yard line, gain of 7 more.
You know, Chris, I think Coach Marsh had his team's attention after last week.
Sometimes losses turn out to be good things, and this performance tonight, although still plenty of time left, mind you, but a great performance, round 1 of the playoffs for West Jessamine.
Well, it's like I said to Coach Marsh, if you're going to lose a game, that's the game to lose, because now you got to win them all.
From the 41, it's 1st down and 10. Nothing fancy as Chestnut rifles through the hole, up now to the 35.
Yeah, like you said, he's way over 100 yards. We don't have any stats in front of us, but boy, I tell you what, he is just getting them in big bunches now.
2nd down and very short 2nd down and about 3. And Collins needs to show some urgency on their sideline.
Yeah, and that's the thing right now. West Jessamine is not going to be in any hurry at all to come up to the line. They're going to take all the time they can, probably wait till the lineman in the back raises his hand, and then go ahead and run the play. And there he goes.
From the 35, empty formation, design run, and Jones wide open hole in for a touchdown.
Tell you what, West Jessamine is just putting it to Collins right now at Collins. Again, we're seeing just a great performance by this team who, Let's say it again. They got beat 36-0 last week on their home field. Tough game. Here it is. Quarterback draw right up the middle, unstoppable, runs it into the end zone to take a 43-23 lead. I don't think any of us could have seen this coming.
Jacob Jones, his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. Maynard on for one more. And off to the left. Looked like one of your 3-woods, Rick. Straight to the left.
You've never seen me golf, because if I did, everything slices. So that would not be mine. I would be happy for that. But again, just a great effort. 43-23 with 9:44 left in the fourth quarter. Let's give West all the credit tonight, offensively and defensively. As you said, this is the best performance I've seen from them.
22 unanswered for West Jess after the missed extra point. Still 9:44 left. Collins, 3 timeouts remaining and a lot of firepower. But this group here is certainly up against it. Collins, a big favorite in this game.
And as we said all year, that's why you play the game. You know, if you look on paper, Collins should be going easily into the next round. But right now, Collins and West Jessamine, they don't look on paper. It's on the field, and right now, West Jessamine is up 20 points at Collins High School here in Shelbyville.
If this score holds, may raise some eyebrows throughout Central Kentucky. Woodford County and Madison Southern, the other 2 teams in this bracket, they will square off tomorrow, and one would assume that the winner of this game, their coaching staffs will be at that game.
Absolutely.
We will be in Richmond for Oldham County Madison Central tomorrow night. 7 o'clock airtime, 7:30 kick right here on Glycod. Solomon Smith on, and it's a down and dirty kick, gobbled up at the 32 by one of the Titan up men, and he's going to scramble to the near sideline, across the 45 down to the 46. That's Keaton Edwards.
Good run back there. We talked at the first of the game, you know, West Jessamine has lost 8 straight first-round games, and tonight they wanted to make a difference, put an end to that streak. And right now, although you said there's 9:36, there's still a lot of time, they're wanting to keep it going so they can put an end to that streak, get into the second round. They don't care who they're playing. They just want to get through this game.
Tight formation with Gooden. He'll tuck it and run against the grain. He's got some green grass ahead of him as Gooden slung down by Jaden Miller at the 45, going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, I think if he would have kept on running up the field, he would have gotten the first down, but got slung down, gaining 9 yards there. But one thing West Jessamine is saying, that takes time off the clock for him to make that run, so we're going to let him do that.
Jaden Miller with a huge play in this game, one of 2 interceptions for West Jess. Miller's first as Collins was driving. And it will be second down and very short. As Gooden, delay hand to Eli Scott, and Scott will pick his way for a first down as he slides across the 40.
Got a nice play there. Like you said, it was a delayed there. Waited, gave that ball to him a little bit late so he could find that hole and get the first down.
And Collins, for a group down 20 and perhaps their last game of the year, taking a lot of time between plays.
Yeah, it's one of the problems with having to get everything called in from the sidelines is it doesn't happen very quickly.
8:31 now in the fourth. Gooden back to throw. Humber there in the vicinity, and Gooden will flush it short for an incompletion.
Yeah, threw that ball away, threw it out of bounds. And West Jessamine's defensive backs are doing a great job not giving any openings there. Again, that play stretched out as he tried to find a receiver, finally had to throw it away, but it took some more time off the clock, which is exactly what West Jessamine wants.
Second down and 10 from the Colt 40-yard line. West Jess 4 and 5 coming into this one. Trips out to the far. Short side handoff. This is Scott evading tackles, and he'll scoot across the 35.
Nice run there. Makes it a third and a bit long there. You know, we talked about with West Jessamine's record, the key is just make it into the playoffs, and that's what they wanted to do, and that's what they've done. So just a tough year, have had ups and downs, but they're still playing. And the way it's going right now, they're going to be playing for another week if they can hold on to this one.
3rd down and 4 from the Colt 34. There's Gooden across the middle. Evans could not hang on. Phoenix Johnson there in the backfield forcing a premature throw.
Yeah, and you're seeing Collins right now doing things they didn't do in the first half, and that is, you know, that ball was not a great throw, but it was catchable. In the first half, they were making those catches, and right now it's just things are just not clicking for Collins. 4th down and 5, and they're going to go for it. They have to go for it. Another huge play if West Jessamine can get a stop here.
From the 34. Not a lot of folks drove down from Nicholasville, but those who did have been treated to a great performance.
And we're so happy for those that are watching us the live stream.
Low snap. Gooden. This is perhaps Fisher cut bait play for Collins, and Gooden, he's going to zoom for a 1st down as he's out across the 25-yard line.
Yep. Knew the line he had to get to, crossed the field, got the 1st down. After that 4th down, Collins, some of West Jessamine's defenders are huffing and puffing. That was a little frustration there that he was able to get out of bounds there. But again, it's a play that takes up time. And if you're West Jessamine, that's what you want them to do. Just take time.
From the 27 officially, 1st down and 10. Low snap. Plenty of time to the near side as Gooden splits defenders. A great run. He's got the 1st down now inside the 5-yard line and just shy of the boundary.
Now you see why he's such a good running quarterback there. Just some great moves where he just cut back, got a couple more yards, cut back again, took it all the way down to the 2-yard line.
He's had some splendid plays tonight, perhaps this one of the best.
Yeah, and here, just watch his footwork. I don't have to say anything. Just watch how he evades and eludes these defenders.
They're going to mark it at the 3, so 1st down and goal from there. Still 7:22 left. Collins 3 timeouts. They need to score very, very quickly. Gooden around the right end, and there's one of those touchdowns. That's Gooden's 4th of the evening.
A big drive there. That's what they needed to do. They've got, every time they touch the ball, they got to go down and get the ball in the end zone. Looks like they're going to be going for 2 themselves here.
Well, down 14, you think a PAT would be prudent here to make it a 13-point.
You would think so. I'm not sure of the thinking here. I also don't have the all the little statistics in front of me that tells you what to do on this situation, but they're going to go for 2.
7:19 left. Gooden rolling left, and there's an easy 2. So an 8-point trip for Collins, and we still have some meat in this game at 7:19.
Now we may see that onside kick again. I don't think it would be much of a trick thing, but in the same sense, as I said before, once West went up 20 points, you've got to figure, are we going to have enough possessions to score enough to tie this game? And the only way to do that is to try to get the ball back as quickly as you can. But then again, it's a double-edged sword because then you give West a short field.
Well, Collins' defense has absolutely had 0 answers tonight for this West Jessamine offense.
No, they've not stopped. They've not stopped at one time. And, the only thing that stopped them was going into halftime. That's the only stop they had the whole night. And it's just one of those things. As I said, Coach Marsh talked about punting, both teams punting 2 times the first game. Neither team has punted tonight. The punters have to be the coldest guys out there because they haven't done anything all night.
Dalton Carter is not back for West Jess again. He was out with cramps A couple series ago, the Colts will send back Jacob Jones to return the kickoff.
Of course, why not? I don't think he's going to see the ball at all. They've got a hands team. The front two lines are all hands.
And Collins will onside kick it, and that ball momentarily had Collins on it, and now West Jess apparently will scoop it up.
Boy, I tell you what, that took all kinds of bounces over there. At first, it looked like Collins was going to touch it early, and then it looks like West Jessamine. It looks like the officials are pointing. I think Collins did touch the ball early, which, again, is a penalty. And it's just one of those, if the ball just doesn't bounce the right way, you're right there. You just want to grab it.
No infraction as of yet. There you go. There's the penalty, illegal touching.
So, yeah, I thought that's what had happened on that play. Looked like it just went about 9 yards, pretty close, but then the Collins player came sliding across, and I don't think he probably reached out to touch it. I think it just hit him, and then you get the ball, and again, a short field here. That's what you have to watch out for if you're going to give the ball to West Jessamine, and you haven't been able to stop them all night.
From the 49-yard line, one would expect that this would be Chestnut and Jones touching it on this trip again. Dalton Carter not out there on this drive. Empty set. Jones, a design run. They got to put 30 in the box, and he's still going to run it. And he's got a first down, pinballing down to the 32.
That's why he was back to return that kick. He is feeling it tonight. I think right now the feeling is if you've got cramps, there's no need to go back in there if you don't need to. But a great run there by Jacob Jones. Just takes the ball up the middle. And again, as we've said all night, Collins just hasn't had an answer for either Chestnut or Jacob Jones. Looks like now Dalton Carter is back in now.
Yeah, he sure is. Now, the top of your screen there, he just did trot back on. And an empty formation here. Jones again. Lunging forward, he'll pick up another 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm thinking right now with that wide open formation, they're still just going to let Jones's feet take them as far as they can.
You know, of all the big plays tonight, we've seen so many. I think a lot of humor in the locker room next week will be when they pull up the film and show Placencia. They're H-back spot at fullback.
Absolutely. And you know what? Opened up some big holes there. Did a great job. But you know what? I think you should get him in the game and give him the ball. Let him run. Let the big man run.
He's the goal line guy. It's 2nd down and 5 from the Collins 29. And this time, Chestnut gets the call, and he's going to be close to a first down as he twists across the 25.
Yeah, great play. And once again, looks like Collins is going to start using their timeouts now. They've got to somehow stop the clock, somehow stop this possession, because anyway, you can't swap scores, but especially now, you can't march all the way down and get in the end zone and then give a touchdown back up to West Jessamine.
The 3rd down and 1 after the timeout. Collins does have 2 stops remaining, so West Jess 3rd down and a couple. So many great players tonight. Going to be very hard to determine our most outstanding player at the end of this game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think the birthday boy may have to make the decision for us over here, because I tell you what, last week we had trouble because there wasn't really many positive players, and this week we had the exact opposite issue. I mean, I tell you what, some great performances by West Jessamine. This is one of those, if you threw the tape away from last week and burned it, this one you keep it in the archives forever.
Well said. It's a Colt team trying to advance to the playoffs. It's been a long time since they've had a playoff win, 8 years, matter of fact. And they are on the verge, perhaps, if they can tidy up these last 5:43. 3rd down and short. Different formation. There's Placencia at 77.
We got your man in.
There he is. He's going to lead the way. And Jones right behind him, tucked in for a first down. That ball popped down, and the whistle blows.
Yeah, officials are saying that ball is down. Could have been a big play, but they're marking it back at the 19-yard line for a first down for West Jessamine. But, gosh, I love to see Placencia just run up to that line and just go. There he is, makes the block there, comes in, he's down, and then the ball pops out. So the ground cannot cause the fumble.
At the 20-yard line, gain of about 7. More importantly, a recycling of the downs. It's first down and 10.
Again, West Jessamine is in absolutely no hurry to get up and snap that ball.
A few folks beneath us getting an early start. We near the 5-minute mark. Playoffs provide a new start. Optimism for every team in this state, and West Jess, they've taken full advantage. Perhaps not the regular season they wanted, but it's all new tonight. And they're going to perhaps march on as Chestnut tucks it up inside for a couple yards.
We talked about how the season is just broken up. You know, you have your pre-conference schedule, district schedule, then you get into your district, and then you get into the playoffs. And now's the time you win or go home.
Collins now with 1 timeout remaining at the 4:52 mark. We will update the ticker at the post game. About 6 other games in the area. We will keep you apprised of those and then look forward to a busy Friday night. Tomorrow, again, this crew will be in Richmond. Madison Central will host Oldham County, a great 6A opening round matchup. And
Really,
your first look at Sam Young.
Yeah, really excited to see that game. I saw Oldham County, but I've not seen Madison Central. And I tell you what, I'm just kind of reading up on stats that Steve Bird sends out to us, and just excited to see that game. But I tell you what, you could have asked me 1,000 scores, and I would not have come up with this one.
Well, this certainly a surprise, based primarily on that abysmal showing last week by these Colts, but tonight they've been that good and more. 2nd down and 7 on the docket from the Collins 17. Under 5 left. Carter split out wide. Stanfield been without a catch tonight. He's lined up in the near slot. Chestnut between the tackles. That'll burn up some time.
And their Collins uses their last time out, so they can't stop the clock anymore other than when they have the ball themselves.
3rd down now and 4, and if you don't get the first down, what do you do then?
You
go for it again.
Yeah, I think Coach Marshall will gladly say we'll give you the ball on the 10-yard line with 4 minutes to go. Although they're a high-powered offense, again, I just don't think there's enough possessions to get back into this game. But I have been wrong before, so we will not. Don't turn your TV, your computers or TVs off. But at this point, I think what you're going to look at is 4-down territory to get that first down, and I'm sure that's what Coach Lucas is talking about also, is even if we get a stop here, we're going to have to do it again, and I can't stop the clock to talk to y'all, so you're going to have to do it yourselves.
The West Jess defense, Thomas Chestnut, defensive coordinator, been maligned at some points this year, but his team has responded in this second half.
Yeah, especially to have the players out they have. I tell you, I'm just so impressed with the play they've had in this second half.
2 receivers out to the near on 3rd down and 4. Bootleg as Jones rolling, taps it forward. That ball caught, rambling inside the goal line down to the 1, and a West Jess first down. It's Isaac Maynard.
Boy, what a play there. You know, that's one of those things you've not seen it all night. Just a rollout and a nice pass to Maynard to get all the way down to the 1-yard line. And again, you're in no hurry here, but you want to take that ball in just because you got to feel good about yourself. And if it's me, Chris, I put Palencia, or however you say his name, in. Let him run into the end zone there.
Feed the big boy here. First down and goal from the 1. Clock will run again. Collins cannot stop the clock with 4:10 left. And West Jess on the way to round 2. Hatfield and Maynard are both out there. And Jones with the snap, fighting to break the plane. And he's short.
Yeah. mark him down. You know, I know he wants to get it in the end zone right there, but again, you don't have to be in any hurry to get the ball in the end zone. You got second down, inches to go. For those of you that don't know, there's not a play clock on the field in high school. So you look to the back official. What he will do with 10 seconds left on his clock, he will raise his hand, and that's all West Jessamine is waiting to see. When he raises his hand, they will go, but that's how you know how to take the play clock down.
First down and goal. They'll mark it back at the 2. Up, check that. Second and goal. I beg your pardon, as Jones feeds Chestnut, and Chestnut in for another touchdown run.
Boy, I tell you what, Chestnut has been the man tonight. Just very, very impressive. Not sure what they're talking about here.
It's Bryce Chestnut's 4th touchdown. We do have a flag on the play at the near side. Tommy Newton said the touchdown is good. And a West Chess unsportsmanlike conduct after the play.
And they're going to assess that on the kickoff. So, not sure if that was taunting, celebration, or something, but for West Jessamine, you don't want to make those mistakes, but at this point, you're just excited.
Well, to put this game in context, Chestnut's 6 touchdown rushes on the year. Tonight, he has 4.
Yeah. You know, so big players make big plays and in big situations, and tonight he is the definition of that.
Carter with 2 touchdown receptions. Jacobs Jones has a touchdown run, and Chestnut might as well give him a 2-point try. And West Just now with 51 on the board.
I tell you what, it's just quite a performance by West Jessamine. Just, I mean, I can't really put it into words how well they are playing. They scored 49 points this year at Harrison County on September the 10th. But I tell you what, to do it on a big stage tonight at Collins High School, man, what an impressive performance.
Just 3:08 left, and this Collins group is shell-shocked. They have run into a second-half buzzsaw again. West Jessamine trailed 23-21 at the half.
And
2 second-half interceptions and just dominant line play.
Yeah. And the fact that Collins just cannot stop West Jessamine. They have not stopped them all night. And just, I tell you what, both coaches talked about it. It's a shootout, but in this game, West Jessamine's defense has come up big in this shootout.
Special teams played a blocked extra point in the first half.
And even though at this point that's not a huge deal, what it did is it set momentum for West Jessamine. West Jessamine, I think that they built on that. They built on the breakup, causing the field goal. Although that was good, they built momentum on that. They've had a lot of things to build on tonight, and they've done a great job of keeping that defense excited and in the game. And then their offense, I mean, what can you say? It's almost been perfection tonight.
Still 3:08 left. Again, Collins empty of timeouts. And a long, long kickoff after the penalty, and right through Wooten's hands. He'll gobble it up at the 20. And across now to the 32-yard line.
Well, I tell you, after that 15-yard penalty, that was a great kickoff all the way back. Anyway, it went to the 25 and then it hit off Wooten's hands and went all the way back to the 20. So good coverage there. But like you said, right now, Collins cannot stop the clock. So you're going to try, if you're going to throw the ball down the middle of the field, throw it past the first down marker to get a little bit of stoppage of the clock, or throw it to the outside. But at this point, West Jessamine just wants to keep everything in front of them.
First down and 10. Empty set. Kenyon Gooden. Great performance tonight. 4 touchdowns. He'll be in the shotgun, and he's going to sling it far sideline, and he's got a guy out at the 40-yard line. Busted coverage. That ball fumbled, and Collins there alertly to scoop it up at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, like you said, busted coverage, because exactly what I said, you just don't want anyone to get behind you. It doesn't matter if they catch the ball in front of you, but then on the run there, made the fumble but came up with the recovery on his own for, stop the clock with 2:54, but it's running again now.
It was Eli Scott on the long pitch and catch up at the West Jess 31-yard line. First down and 10, empty set. Gooden facing pressure. And he's going to pepper it in the end zone. He's got a guy underneath, and Hutzel could not run underneath it. Gooden very close to being past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're looking closely at that right now. But, boy, I tell you what, again, if you're West Jessamine, do not let them get behind you, especially that open. And watch this, as he just takes off to the side, they can't find anyone. Oh, this is the play before. Makes it the big play down the field. And then right there is the strip. Got the ball back, but there's a big play to strip that ball so he couldn't get his momentum into the end zone.
End of a Colt timeout as Thomas Chestnut will saddle the troops far sideline. We'll stop play at the 2:34 mark.
I think he may be telling his defenders the same thing I am. Do not let these guys get behind you.
Try to get a glimpse of the last play as Gooden very close to being close to the line of scrimmage. Oh, we don't have that one. That's okay.
Yeah, he ran laterally a long way, and then, like you said, was very, very close. If we were able to, I would love to hear the powers that be. Here's the play here. He runs up and comes right line of scrimmage. Yeah, he was right on it, because the line of scrimmage is about 31. He threw that ball. It looked like to me, Chris, about the 30-yard line. So they may have let him go a little bit. But again, if you're a West Jessamine, do not let someone get wide open in the end zone. Just play a guy back there and just say, if he gets behind you, you just go with him no matter what. So like you said, 2:34 left in this game, 51-31. West Jessamine, second down and 10 for Collins.
Empty formation as Alex Klein, the center, will launch it back to Gooden, and Gooden across the middle. That ball caught at the 15-yard line, and scrambling laterally will be Collins. It's brought down by Evans, a gain of 16.
Yeah, but again, a great play there by West Jess. Just string it out, let him run it out, let him run him out to the side. He didn't get out of bounds, so the clock starts back.
Collins again, no timeouts. Just over 2 minutes left. Plenty of time. Gooden will flip it short. Down inside the 5-yard line. Up now to the 3s. That ball gobbled up by Wooten.
Gave him a first down there is why they stopped the clock. On that play, it'd be wiser for him just to go ahead and get out of bounds. It doesn't really matter at this point, but just for future reference, just to try to save some clock.
Clock restarts. Gooden will flip it in the end zone, and a Collins touchdown. It's Darius Evans for the score.
Move that ball down the field, but West Jessamine decided to let them take a little time off the clock, and that's what they did. But good job getting the ball right in the front of the end zone there on the pass. See it just take 2 steps over, throws it right at the edge of the end zone. Man's wide open. Collins will go for 2 again.
Down 14, 1:52 left. And I would be willing to bet, Rick, you're going to get your onside kick here.
Well, practice makes perfect, I guess.
Gooden sprays it incomplete.
Oh.
Or was that ball caught?
Boy.
Looked incomplete.
Sure looked like it hit the ground.
Naked eye, but it will be ruled a completion. So 2 more to the Titan tally.
Wow. I think we need to go to New York on that one. That's
Gene's territory.
Yeah. Gene, what do you have to say about that one? Huh. Let's take a look. I sure thought that ball hit the ground. Here we go. Throw comes in.
We need that yellow circle.
Yeah, I don't know. That's But you know what? They're right down on the field, and I'm not, and I'm an old man, so I'm going to give them credit that was the correct call. And like you said, we got Jacob Jones back to receive the kick, and it's not going to come anywhere near him, that's for sure.
Want to take a second before we sign off that huge thank you to the Collins athletic staff for having us out here tonight. Great athletic director Miller Powell, one of the top guys in that profession. His professionalism, we thank him and all the athletics and administration at Martha Lane Collins for having Glycod out this evening.
And beautiful facilities here.
Oh my.
Good gracious, I want to give them all the props. A beautiful press box, the field's beautiful, just great people here.
So Martha Lane Collins High, they will onside kick it for the 5th time, one would expect. They'll need 2 scores to get back in it. This one hooked to the right, and West Jess will pluck it at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage there. Of course, on the same thing, if that ball's not going to go 10 yards, you just let it go. But on that play, and like you said, I don't think I've ever called a game where there's been more onside kicks than tonight. These last ones I understand, but the first couple I didn't understand it. So you have 1:51 left. West Jessamine's not going to be in any hurry once again to take it down the field. And West Jess is feeling pretty good. They're calling their coaches from the press box down, and I think they're all going to be celebrating tonight on the ride home back to Nicholasville.
Couple of knees for West Jess.
As you said, a lot of heads are going to be turned tonight and tomorrow when they see this score.
You can only play so bad in 1 week, and this week they have been some kind of wonderful. There's a knee from Jones. And this group has had the offensive firepower throughout the season on any given week, but it's their defense in this second half that has played very well.
You asked the question at halftime, can they make any adjustments, either team, to get some stops? And whatever, I'm not sure what adjustments, or if it was just the defense just started playing better. They built on momentum in the first half, got an interception, and then since then they've been a totally different defense. And it'll be interesting to see if they do end up, whoever they end up playing, but especially Woodford County, if they can keep that up next week.
One more knee. The clock now at 1:07, so 2 more knees. And Martha Lane Collins' season will conclude at 7-4. Another solid regular season for Coach Lucas's group. And West Jess 5-5, but marching on to round 2.
Yep, you just throw out all those games from the regular season, and what you tell your team is we're 1-0 when it matters.
And they've shown some wrinkles tonight that they've held in their back pockets, Placencia being one of them. But this is a heck of a win, perhaps the best win in school history, and that's saying something. West Jessamine moving on to round 2.
Very, very impressive game plan, game calling, game management, and as you said, a very impressive defensive effort by West Jessamine, and a lot of mutual respect on these two teams. A lot of shaking of hands even before they get in line to shake hands. These teams know each other well. They like each other, and I was down by the coaches before the game. They were having a big time talking to each other, and they're meeting at midfield right now, congratulating each other. Great season for Collins, and West Jessamine will get to play on.
51-39 the final. Be back to Shelbyville after this on Glycod.com.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Back to Shelbyville, a tremendous performance tonight. West Jessamine moving on, Rick, 51-39.
Boy, what a performance. I mean, if you're going to bottle everything up and tie it all together and put one game and put a bow on it, tonight's that game. I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe they have more in them. But, boy, I tell you what, and I don't think these two teams are done battling. I think you're going to see these quarterbacks going at it again next year. But tonight, Jacob Jones, West Jessamine moves on.
It's really hard to single a big play in this game. Jane Miller's interception was, but there were so many answers provided by this Cole football team.
Yeah, I just think it was big play after big play. Their offense was just steady all night long. Collins never found an answer, never got them off the field one time. And as you talked about, the big man, the line did such a great job opening up holes. And I tell you what, they had the long passes when they needed it. They had fourth down runs when they needed it. They just put the whole package together tonight. And I was so impressed from a team that could have walked out here and said, we got shellacked last week, we don't even deserve to be here.
A couple of highlights as we break down this West Jessamine 20-point victory performance, and difficult to find just a couple of plays. Bryce Chestnut so good. Here's a glimpse. That's a Collins play there. But as we go back to the West Jess, how good they were. Bryce Chestnut, Rick, so solid running up the middle.
Yeah, and you know, we've not seen that really this year. He has not been the big back that he was tonight, and I think it'd be hard for Collins to see that either, just because you haven't seen it all year, and in the last game you didn't see that when you played him 13 days ago. But boy, this was a different night than 13 days ago. There was no need for a questionable non-offside call on an extra point tonight. West Jessamine said, we are not going to worry about that call, we'll take it to you.
Kudos to the Colt football team. A great performance tonight. Unquestionably their best of the year. 51 to, what's the score, DK?
We don't even know.
Pull the score up
51-39.
Yeah, thank you. 51-39. West Jess with the win. Be right back. We will have our most outstanding players then on the other side of this pause on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
(51-39), the final. West Jessamine over Martha Lane Collins High School. Back live to Shelbyville now for our most outstanding player, presented by CSL Plasma. No suspense for Collins, Kenyon Gooden, but for West Jessamine, that could have gone a myriad of ways.
It could have, and I think the reason Bryce Chestnut tonight, just because it was such a performance that was different from what we had seen all year. Jacob Jones, we had seen him do what he did tonight, but for Bryce Chestnut, just a game that he was basically unstoppable. Very impressive. Again, we don't have his final stats, but I'm guessing he's 150, 160 yards, maybe a little bit more than that, but just played a great game tonight. Every time they needed a big first down, they gave the ball to Bryce Chestnut. He got that ball and also got the ball in the end zone. Thank you. I just have been given the stats here, so glad to see that. Bryce Chestnut, I was close. 27 attempts for 148 yards, 5.5 yard average. Just a great game. Jacob Jones, 17 rushes for 125 yards. Really, really good game. And Kenyon Gooden, the reason he got that, look at this, 26 rushes, 182 yards, 4 touchdowns. Just a great performance by him. You know, I'm looking out on the field tonight. There's a lot of Collins players that don't want to leave the field. This is always the hard game. The season's over. You've built this up. A lot of seniors out there, but Collins has 2 huge players coming back in Kenyon Gooden and Mark Hutzel next year. They've got a lot to look forward to.
Chestnut 148 on the ground, 4 touchdowns, and Dalton Carter 8 for 132 and 2 more scores of his own.
Yeah, just a great game. Really enjoyed being here tonight, and I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think West Jessamine could pull this game off, and that's why they play the game, and that's why I'm up here and not on the sideline.
Great performance. They did not only pull it off, they won this game authoritatively. Tremendous performance. We are just getting started for high school football coverage. It's round one of the playoffs. It'll continue tomorrow. A bevy of games, as you see there, the Indiana sectional title. Our crew should be the game of the night in the area, Oldham County at Madison Central.
Yeah, another big game of another big-time players out there playing. And, again, they're going to have, it's just one of those things now. You've got to leave everything on the field, because if you don't take everything with you, man, you're just going to go home, and that's not what you want to do. Oldham County has a long trek to Richmond and Madison Central. It's just going to be a great 6A game. I'm excited to see it.
Fern Creek and Mail also in action tomorrow night. You can check out glycod.com for the most in-depth coverage of high school sports. That will do it from here. Thanks to our great crew. We thank Tinny Onatiri, who is thawing out after shooting video for us up top. Boy, it was cold. DK Goss, the birthday boy, a great job on production. Steve Bird is our executive producer. For Rick Reams, I'm Chris LeBar. See you tomorrow night for more high school football on glycod.com. Good night.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.